Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching us on My Sport Live. Welcome to Victoria University's beautiful green expanse right next door to the Flemington Racecourse if you're geographically challenged and trying to wonder exactly where we are. We're just behind Flemington Racecourse for what is the game of the year. It is the Gridiron Victoria Season VICBOWL. It's the Crusaders up against the Buccaneers. I'm Tony Schibeci, commentating with me today, Matt Ireland and Ash Bailey. Boys, welcome. How excited are we?
Well, Schebex, thank you so much for that introduction, and great to have you on board too. It's an absolute privilege to be able to sit in the same space as you and share some air.
Thank you.
But look, to be honest, it's the crown jewel in the day. It's Gridiron Victoria's creme de la creme. It's Division 1. We've had some great football action down here all day, and look, it's probably as good a condition as I've seen for a VICBOWL in recent years. The deck looks in phenomenal form.
Yeah,
hasn't been torn up too much by the 3 games preceding. So both teams out going through their final paces and final sort of processes, I guess, with about 8 minutes before the kickoff commences. And look, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And unfortunately, as I'll throw across to Ash Bailey sitting next to me, he'd love to be nowhere else but out there. But Ash, welcome on board, and welcome to VICBOWL 39.
That's it. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. Like you said, would love to be out on the field today, but now we've got 2 great teams. It's a great matchup. You know, we've got the Crusaders here, and you know that's the team to beat. That's the team that's been running this league down here for a good bunch of years. And we've got a great team, a great surprise pick, I would say, Geelong, who started the season. Most people would have, said they have a chance, and here they are, and they've definitely earned it. So we'll see how they go today.
Well, I had a great chat with Daniel Noonan, one of the coaches out of Geelong, earlier in the week, just to do a little bit of intel for us in the commentary box. And a fun fact that a lot of people might not be aware of, but 2 years ago, the Geelong senior men's team didn't exist. So for this program to go from, not actually fielding a team and 2 years later to be stepping out in a VICBOWL, yes, it's their first time back since 2014. And yes, the last time they did salute was 2011. But there's a lot of, nervous excitement coming out of the Geelong camp. And the game last weekend, for those who might not have seen some of the highlights, they stopped what I guess most people outside of the Crusaders thought might have been it would be a Crusaders and Warriors VICBOWL. They were able to stop that run game that's so phenomenal out of the boys from Monash. And today they're here to take on the reigning and I guess the favourite Crusaders.
The Crusaders and the Warriors, you mentioned them. Probably the favourites they were to make the final. What a great game they had just a few weeks ago, 34-29.
Yeah.
The Crusaders taking the win there. But Geelong have been pretty dominant for their last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
They come into this game with momentum, and you just feel that if the Crusaders are to lose a grand final, they're first in the last 6, going for their 7th championship in a row today, Geelong just could be the team that could do it.
Yeah, and as sad as it is true, the last time they lost one was my last game. So I like to think that my retirement put them on a trajectory to stardom, and they've gone on and sort of...
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, I know, and it's so wonderful to see so many of my mates who have gone on to salute, and I've had to sit and call and talk about it. But, look, you talk about form and you talk about the way teams sort of prepare coming in. It's not the Crusaders of the last couple of years that I've known that are standing across us from us right now, and maybe that's a little bit of the the 3-week break of not having a game, and they get the heat off round, then they get the bye and the automatic qualifier straight through. So yeah, Schebex, that run that Geelong have been on, it's definitely something that I don't see is going to disadvantage them in any way, shape or form.
Definitely a game of the offences. Both teams are high-scoring teams, there's no doubt about that. So today they come up against each other, and the defence will strike both offences, and that could be a surprise for them.
I feel like today, with these offenses, especially when you got great players out there, specifically you got James Cleaver from Geelong, you got Jacob Kieran. These are 2 great offensive weapons, and if Crusaders mess around and let these guys get involved, they can, and they have taken over games, and they can win it. So, definitely don't feel like just because Crusaders are the favorite that this is already said and done. The teams are going to have to come out. They're going to have to win these games on offense. I know everyone likes to say defense wins championships, and today might come down to 2 or 3 big plays that will swing it either way, because both of these teams are high-powered and they can score, and they will score today.
Leon Carter leading the officials here. He's the head referee for our grand final. Scott Milway, Bliss Love, Anthony Mardiona, Mervyn Monty, Lucy Merrick, Alex Addard are the other officials for the game as well. Good to see actually Lucy Merrick. She was the head referee for the Div 2 game, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and a big love to all the officials, and remembering that nobody is actually paid to be here. Everybody's a volunteer, so lots of the officials backing up and doing 3, if not 4 of the games that we've seen down here today. It's what we lovely, and Crusader locals call it Crusader Park or Park. Henry Turner Reserve South. Not sure if there's a bit of wind effect going on, but it always seems to turn it on right in time for the VICBOWL.
Players lining up for the pre-game the pre-game national anthem. I think we're going to have.
Yeah, I think it looks like we're getting a national anthem, because normally just captains will come out for a coin toss, but I think we're just standing by to stand by.
How are the nerves at this point in time for these guys?
Well, look, having been there, as I said, in 2017, there's nothing more you can do sort of leading up to this moment. Everything that you've done has got you to this point. But, there's no two ways about it. I think if you're not nervous on a day like today, it doesn't mean anything. And, nerves are real. Watching the guys go through the motions of the warm-up, it takes you back. And Ash, and you can sort of speak on that with your worldly experience of playing. We had to just pause for the national anthem.
And that is the signal for this game to get underway. We're a minute or two away from a start. I'm going to get some tips, gentlemen. Where do we think the win goes, and what are we looking at for a margin?
Ash, I'll defer to you. You can start this one.
Well, the one thing I would say, whichever team starts first, nerves are going to happen. You got to get that out of the way. Most of the time, for me, getting that first hit, seeing that first pass get completed, gets rid of a lot of the nerves. So just seeing the plays, getting the ball out, keeping the ball moving, getting that first down on your first drive. That's really going to settle all those nerves and set the tone up for the game.
You're sitting on the fence there, Ash, because you didn't give me a winner and you didn't give me a margin.
It's hard for me to pick a team, as if it were up to me, I'd be out there. But I'm going to go with the Crew today. Can't bet against the favourites.
In a close one?
32-36.
Okay, there you go. Wow.
Well,
Matty?
Look, I've always remained impartial as much as I can. Crusaders for me. I'd say Crusaders, and I'm looking at a 36 to... what will we look at? 36 to 14. We'll go that way. 36-14. So close, I think, up until the half. But, yeah, Ash, you couldn't have nailed it better if you tried. Fast start is the key here. Geelong openly, honestly, really great to sort of get that intel from them. Their key to success is the fast start. They want to put this Crew defence really on their heels fast, but also knowing that they've got weapons that can pluck balls out of the air and get those pick sixes sort of underway. That's going to be something they're looking for. What about you, Schibeci?
I'm going to go for Geelong because no one else has. And I will reassess my decision if the Crews get up 18-0.
Okay. No, we promise we won't hold you to it.
Yeah, I'll reassess at that point in time. But no, very much looking forward to a good, strong game from Geelong to take it right up to the Crusaders. And hopefully, if they can get over the line, that'll be fantastic. It'd be nice to see a different name on the trophy for once.
Well, and I think there was a couple of warnings given out to both clubs about the trophy. It's seen some better days, and there's a silversmith apparently waiting to do some repair work if it's picked up incorrectly. It's had a new ring added to it for the for the continuation of the great football that goes on here through Victoria. But right on kick-off time, and you can bet your backside it's going to continue all day. That wind has just started to kick off, so definitely going to be an interesting one to see balls flying through the air, Ash. And yeah, that fast start is definitely going to be interesting to see if we can get it from both sides.
So we're about ready to kick off the 39th VICBOWL. And there is the start.
He's taken that well and instantly looking to try to get outside to get that that run pattern going. Crusaders special teams have always been really, really well drilled, and that is sidelines don't miss tackles, so therefore send them to the side.
Now here's an interesting stat for you. This Geelong team have never lost when they've been wearing their new white jumpers.
Great.
Superstitions do win championships. That's what I heard.
and I actually commented to a few of the crew boys earlier. I said, look, the grey looks great. I said, but I do miss the red and the white strips that we used to have to bleach and then bleach again to try and get all of the turf monster dirt out of. And right on cue, as we said, that wind just starting to play havoc.
Yeah, it really is starting to fire up. There's no doubt about that.
So handoff in the backfield, instantly just runs straight into that line of Crusader defenders, that defensive wall. Ash, have you spent some time on that wall?
I have been tackled by those boys, and I tell you, that is a statement. You know, Crusaders don't want to just come up and let these boys feel like they got a chance, all right? That's a great stop. That's showing that they are going to be there every play, and they're going to keep this momentum going.
Well, 2nd and 9, so not a great deal of penetration there past the line of scrimmage, but again, Bucks lining up in a really tight bunch, so not looking to get anything sort of airborne or on that attack early.
So 2nd and 9 for Geelong. Ball played off.
Beautiful, absolute clinical tackling there. Crusader stalwarts at their best, and again, you know, looking for that outside run, really trying to run away from that big blender of bodies in the middle. Outside green grass is fine, but when you're now looking at 3rd and 9, Ash, what's your read when you're in this situation on a 3rd and 9?
So right now, you're in a position where you need to pass the ball or you need to get a really good push for your O-line. And as we've seen on those first 2 plays, it's going to be really tough sled to get a push against this D-line. So I'm looking for a play-action pass right now, probably to James Cleaver. They get that going, they're good to go.
So Joel Gray sets, takes the ball.
There we go.
Sets up now for the throw. There it goes. Long. Cleaver in front. Couldn't take it. And a turnover.
And Crusaders doing what Crusaders do best when balls hang like that. That ball just hung for Cleaver not to be able to quite get underneath it when he wanted to read it.
Munjin Kim, the man who got the ball in the hands. It was a nice grab too.
And look, you know, I love defenders. Defenders are great. Boys that can catch like that, though, they should be playing offense. But look, this now, you know, and again, not a lot of time gone off that clock, so we're only looking at about 1 minute and 49 seconds and change gone. And instantly, you're seeing that changeover of personnel, that changeover and that passion that's now igniting inside that Crusader offense.
Matthew Kroll, the quarterback for the Crusaders, about to get his hands on the ball for the first time. There's a snap. Hands it off.
Tyson Garnham just doesn't know how to stop. And for as long as I think I've been alive, and most of us have been around the GV football camps, Tyson Garnham doing what Tyson Garnham does best. An unusual position for him to line up in, and a little bit of intel in talking to the Crusaders this week. It was going to be an option to put Tyson in the backfield to see if they could let him run, and one play, and we're looking at what's that?
First down.
That's a first down. I was going to say, our screen hasn't quite updated yet in front of us, but that's a first down every day of the week and twice on Sundays. So
1st and 10 for the Crusaders. Off to Garnett again. Krull, nice handoff. Good tackle though. Garnett didn't get too much purchase on that, and they may have made up a yard or so, but could have even gone backwards.
Well, and looking at that, you know, and again, Crusader offenses have always been really run heavy first. So always looking for that run first option. Matty Krull just, you know, seeing that the first play had so much success. He goes straight back to Garnham, and Garnham this time stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. The call on this one. As the Crusaders set up again. Snap to Kroll. Looks for the throw this time. Down the left-hand side.
Arms go flying everywhere, but not really in the intended area of receiver, Mr. Aristotle, who are wearing number 13. And again, look, you know, that pressure, Ash, that we talked about before we came on air, the pressure to sort of, you know, see that first read, see that second read, and then find something. That's 2 seconds of your life that might feel like 20, but not a lot of time there. And, yeah, the ball going a little bit wide and short, but again, that breeze just puffing up and sort of letting everybody know it's still around.
3rd and 10 for the Crusaders. Kroll looks for the handoff. This time he finds... Didn't find Garnham.
This is DJ Battistella Jr. doing the Crusaders reverse. Just continuing to power his way down that outside line there right in front of the Crusaders faithful, and don't give DJ an opportunity to celebrate, because he'll stand up and tell you straight away, people, that is a first down every day.
And there we have a, you wouldn't want to call it a trick play, but reverses, kind of fancy plays. This is the day, this is the game that you prepare for, and you break them out. Yeah. You know, maybe you don't want guys to see it during the season, but this is a do or die situation. If you've got to play, you've got to show it, and you've got to be willing to execute. And they've shown already, first quarter, these guys will break out plays and they can execute.
So there's a flag on the play there. It looks like we've had a 5-yard penalty against the defense, or against the offense, actually. So
that's an offensive penalty, and so that brings all of that great work back. And now you've shown them your bag of tricks, and they know what to expect.
There's a throw. 10-yard run needed. Not done. Taken down. And that was Aristotle Hewitt who grabbed the ball. And that now becomes a 4th down.
And look, you know, that's that pressure we talked about at the start, that fast start and looking for the option. Great, everything's going well. But a penalty sets all that back on its heels. You get to then a 3rd and 15 situation where that pass every other day of the week is going to probably be a first down. He does get back beyond the line of the scrimmage, but unfortunately well short of where he wants to be, and that now brings out the Crusaders punter. And not always sided, the Crusaders punter. Sometimes a bit of an aloof, I guess, figure in the world of football, but nonetheless, the Crew now ready to send it deep. And
the snap was a little bit high and wide. Finally come under control. The punt goes inside the Geelong 30. And
again, look, that's VICBOWLs. That's a series each. You know, we've only just clicked over the sort of 5.5 minute mark of game time, but that's what VICBOWLs do. You know, the pressure builds diamonds analogy is real, because both teams now have seen each other. Both teams have had an option to do that. And Ash, what would you do in that situation? Where does your mind go to now if you're either lining up for the... or actually, we'll go with the Geelong side of things, because they're about to take over the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's really interesting to see them, you know, start out in a very run-heavy formation, and now you see they've got trips right. Looks like they're in a running, a passing type formation. As you see, we've got a pass here. There we go.
Yeah, lovely pass from Greater Powell. Went wide, got brought down though. Might have gained a yard or so, but that would have been about the maximum.
3 Crusaders making 1 tackle. Look, and again, you know, Ash, really great call there. You know, with that first series we saw, it was a really tight bunch, not a lot out wide, and all of a sudden we're lining up with trips to the right. Something's changing inside Geelong, and I think that's that belief that, you know, Coach Noonan spoke about, and Bowie. They believe that they have the option here to really, you know, play some smash mouth football early, get that clock running, get those completions underway, and just let that Crusaders offense just sit on that sideline and just think about what they've got to do next.
And what will Joel Gray do next? We're about to find out. There's the snap.
Handoff cutting straight outside and just looking for that sort of explosive run past that line, but Crusaders do what Crusaders do best, and that is they force you sideways and don't give you any penetration.
Ewan Spiker's going to get a fair bit of work, I would have thought, back there.
Yeah, he's definitely going to need some ice packs tonight and tomorrow to sort of alleviate some of these hits early. But Ash, I mean, you're in that situation there. What are you going to look to do?
Well, as you see, they definitely want to show that they can run in a pass formation and they can pass in a run formation. They don't want to get too predictable, because the Crusaders are a team where you see once they're going to key upon what you're doing, and then now you can't do anything. So here we are, 3rd and long. It's a passing situation. Let's see where they go. Are they going to go back to James Cleaver?
Let's find out. Handoff from Gray.
And again, just nothing penetrating up the middle there. The Crusaders really just able to shut that middle run down, forcing the Bucks to go wide. And as soon as they're wide, you've basically got a crew of Crusaders out there waiting to clean you up like a spilled bucket of water. But look, I mean, and again, we know it's still early days and the clock is not a real factor at the moment. But I guess the longer they can keep that Crusaders offense sort of sitting there watching and waiting to get their opportunity to jump, the more they're going to sort of look at how they can extend each of the drives, and unfortunately have just come up short.
Connor Josie, the punter for the Bucks. Left footer too. Lovely little drop punt action. Ball dropped off the take.
And absolutely eaten alive.
Yeah.
Well back from where he picked it up. And again, pressure. Every other day of the week, you'd see the Crusaders sort of taking that clean, maybe with a couple of, and again, not selling household secrets here, but the reverses off of receivers that are coming back on the line. It's always been part of, I guess, the razzle-dazzle of special teams football, but not able to take it clean. That pressure instantly is, back on the special teams, and now the crew lining up on the wrong side of the halfway line, getting ready to start their second drive.
Conrado Dominguez, the man who bubbled that one for the Crusaders.
And Crusaders starting with a really wide out set out this side too, so looking for something here. There's finger pointing going on early and flags are flying, so not a lot of...
So one thing that I do love out
of the snap, false start, number 55 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
We've copped a couple of those now, early on.
Look, and
nerves.
Again, that's that nerves that we talk about when you're looking at the opportunity for a time and a place. Today's not the time or place to let nerves sort of dictate the tempo, but we're seeing that, I guess, being the point that we're looking at with, just a couple of, fumbles here in the backfield and a couple of, mistakes that you wouldn't usually see.
How much does that help Geelong just get a bit of a sniff and just think, hang on, look, things are coming our way?
That's something where, you take an inch, you got to take a mile.
Yeah.
You cannot let Crusaders... There we go.
Oh, Krull with a lovely throw to his number 8 out here wide, but unfortunately, again, dropped.
And now
the Crusaders.
This is a situation where if you're the Buccaneers, you got to capitalize on this. Crusaders aren't a team that are going to make mistakes quite often that are going to win you the game. You're going to have to pounce on this. You've got 3rd and long now. 2nd and long, sorry. That's 2 mistakes back-to-back. That's not characteristic of the Crusaders. So this is a turning moment in the game for sure.
Austin Hugh with the man that wasn't wearing the sticky gloves. Putting that one down. Let's see what happens here. Krull with the throw. This time it's taken out wide. Not going to be a first down, though.
Well, Tyson Garnham there just taking that clean and sort of then deciding, right, I'm going to try to get these chains moving in the right direction and get that down marker sort of closer to that inevitable 10-yard line. But, it's like we talked about. It's the pressure of sort of those early mistakes and those early issues that you see where Geelong are really, they're really putting them on their heel, which is exactly what their coaches would love to see.
So, 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders. Can they make something out of this play? Krull off to the running back, and that will be a first down.
And look, Ash, let's talk about your time in that QB seat. You've got that circumstance and situation. Is that the play and the read that you're going to go straight to?
That's exactly what you want to do. You're 3rd and short. You definitely want to get a run play, get a good push. I feel it's even 4-down territory at that point. You want to set a mark. Both teams have had 2 different chances on offense. You want to set the tone. You want to run the ball down their throat. And if you don't get that, you want to go again with a straight down the middle run.
So, reset for the Crusaders. 1st and 10. False start. Flags fly.
And they're those unaccounted errors that you never see. You never see. And a day like today, it's just going to bring that out, unfortunately.
False start. Number 77 of the offence. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Jordan Osborne, the man there.
And look, you know, the line are twitchy. The line know the call. They know the cadence. They know everything. But every now and then, they just get that little burst of energy, and that results in that, well, I guess what we're looking at again, it's only the first down of the series, but you're basically just going to push yourself 5 yards back.
So 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15 now for the Crusaders. And once again, the pressure builds. Krull with the ball. He's looking for a short throw this time, and he finds it. Won't go the 10, but they'll get a good 6-yard run. I reckon it'll be 2nd and 9 or thereabouts coming into this one.
And it's plays like this where, you really want to, not make these mistakes with the full start, where you would have had a 2nd and short right now instead of a 2nd and long. And those small plays, they do add up. It can be the difference between getting the 1st down or having to punt on the 4th down, So definitely watch for the Crusaders to, get back into gear and show why they're here and why they deserve to be here.
So 2nd and 9. Krull with the handoff again.
And there's that Crusaders reverse that we talked about in that first series. The trickery of what a day like today can bring out of the bag. And these are the sort of plays that get repped over and over and over again, throughout weeks and weeks of practice, but never see the light of day in a game. And all of a sudden, we've seen it twice.
Austin Hewitt, the man taking the ball off the quarterback that time. And 1st down for the Crusaders. Overcast, windy, and definitely cooling down.
And light may become a factor too. If the clock running the way it is now, we might not have that as an issue. But if this becomes a pass-heavy game, time in the light might be the issue.
Krull looking wide. That's a long throw. Is there anyone under it to catch it? Over the line, I think.
Taken beautifully, but deemed out of bounds. And look, that's the first time we've really seen Krull air it out and really look for that option on the receiver core. But Ash, when you're standing back there and you see something like that hit, it's a great feeling, I'm sure. But to see it go to insignificance because it was deemed out of bounds, what's I guess the next read that you're going to look for in that sort of that situation?
Hey, I think I tell you what, because they have thrown it, we're in a position where you can take a shot down the field right now. So now, you've shown them that you can and are willing to take a shot. This will open up the run and the underneath passes just right there.
Oh, did not get the opportunity to move an inch. Alpisi Alama, the man with the ball, turned around and just got absolutely crunched.
That's linebackers' lunch every day of the week. It's a great little short pass, and Ash and I had a great conversation prior to sort of coming on air about the significance of the short game. It's completely overlooked, but looking at that there, that's linebackers' lunch every day of the week. That was right in the basket.
3rd and 10 for the Crusaders. Need to make something happen here. We've got a flag. Timeout.
It gives us all a chance to catch our breath with just on a minute to go here in first quarter action from Henry Turner Reserve, or Crusader Park as we love to call it.
0-0 the scores between the Crusaders and the Buccaneers. I would have thought that we would have had a score by now. It's quite interesting, Ash, that it's been a good game.
And I tell you what, this first quarter has flown by, but I feel like now is the time. You take that time out. That the feeling out period, you would hope, is over now. Crusaders are in a scoring position. They can take a shot here. They can go get the 1st down and keep the clock moving. And depending on how this wind holds up, you would like to favor your kicker to be able to take 3 points on this drive. The most important thing for them is getting some kind of points or pushing the Bucks well back and getting good field position in this moment here.
Fairly strong crosswind too, so it's going to have to be a fairly accurate kick, one would think. Where would they need to get into? About the inside the 40?
Yeah, look, they're going to have to probably get another 10 yards. So, you know, this play here we're about to see is going to be a big key to whatever success this drive has to offer.
Kroll with the throw. Nice work too. Found his teammate there in Hewitt. Hewitt brought down, 3 on the tackle. Loses his helmet. And another big hit from the Buccaneers. They mean business.
Well, anyone who doubted that this game didn't have any fire in it, I think you can take that comment and check it, because, yeah, absolute perfect catch and an absolute perfect tackle, resulting in, unfortunately, he's going to sit out for a play with the helmet coming off. But look, I guess the Crusaders get the result they're looking for with that play there, and then now in that, you know, that absolute kill shot zone, Ash, that we're talking about, where they're going to have 3 goes at it here, and they're definitely going to have a look at what this Geelong defence has to offer, which, as we've said, they've stood up tall and strong straight away.
Handoff. Finds Garner running wide. Oh, again brought down. Maybe gained a yard or so.
I think Tyson Garnham lives on a bed of ice after every game, and I think he might need a queen-size bed tonight, because he's definitely taken his licks early. But look, some trickery in the backfield there with the show in reverse, and all of a sudden you've got Garnham screaming, and the league knows that play every day of the week. But how do you stop it?
Clock's running down. They move it quickly. Still work to do for the Crusaders.
That with 0-0-0 on the clock. I guess Crew trying to get a playoff quickly there with time expiring and not really getting a lot of traction. So maybe it could have been a better option, Ash, to let that clock expire and have a bit of a breather. But what a first quarter.
It's a great game. Again, I am kicking my teeth right now that I'm not in this game. But, you know, both teams are showing why they deserve to be here. You know, Crusaders are showing that they deserve to be here. They are the team to beat. And as you can see, they've just had an extended drive. They can put points upon this drive, and that's what they've been looking for. And with the Bucks as well, they're showing that they're not a walkover. This isn't a David versus Goliath story. This is 2 giants playing each other. You know, last season was last season, and here we are, the 2 best teams in Victoria right now, and they are going blow for blow.
And I love nothing better than you see a team go 9-0 and then, you know, another team going 7-2. They're the top 2 teams in the state for a reason. And that first quarter of football, as a 0-0, as good as it gets, that's probably the pinnacle of what we were sort of hoping to see and dreaming about. But here we go, where we get to now see this second quarter action and see, you know, there's definitely punches being thrown from both sides, which is great.
Wherever you're watching us from, right around the world, it is live gridiron action here from the Henry Turner Reserve in Victoria. The 39th VICBOWL, 0-0 the score as we start the second quarter between the Crusaders and the Buccaneers.
That, Ash, now you can tell us all about that, because that was a QB who knew exactly where his receiver was going to be without even looking. Ash, talk us through that one.
Now, that's exactly what you love to see. You know, throwing the ball in rhythm, getting the ball to the spots. You know, the receiver trusting the quarterback trusting the receiver. That's exactly what you want to see. And now, first and goal, look for the Crew to get points up, and this is them setting the tone.
I'm glad you saw it, Ash. I had 52 Geelong boys in front of me. Rookie error. I watched the screen as well. First and 10 for the Crusaders.
And Corral rolling to his left there.
Just goes left, right, gets brought down. There's a sack right there. And the ball loose. Oh!
Lots of excited Buccaneers on this sideline, because that's exactly what this series of play needs. Now we're just going to have to let the officiating crew out there turn it over, and that's a turnover.
Yeah. Wow-wee.
Wow. That is not what you want to see if you're a Crusaders fan, and this is exactly what you want to see if you're a Buccaneers fan. Now, as we were saying earlier, momentum. Geelong need to have a nice, good drive here, get some kind of points, and make the most of this. They've got a long way to go, almost the whole field, but if there's a time to do it, here we are. Let's go.
We spoke about how strong these offences are and how this could be a game of the defences. That right there is a classic move about what we were talking about.
And as great as, that Crusaders drive was, the defensive pressure of Geelong absolutely just standing there and smashing him in the mouth and saying, not today, with a ball over the top and a lot of green grass in front of him. He's going to go from one end to the other, ladies and gentlemen.
And a turnover turns into a touchdown for the Buccaneers.
Well,
how good is that?
Fire your guns, ladies and gentlemen, because the big shot has just been taken, and Bowie's a legend. Apparently, we apologise if anyone at home heard the noise coming from behind us, but Ash, what a difference 12 seconds can make.
You could not have written that sequence of plays any better. To take the quarterback scramble, fumble, and first play. Not only is it a great long passing touchdown, it's not even to James Cleaver or guys that you'd expect. That means guys are stepping up and they are proving that this is a complete team. They are not just built around two players.
And back to pass, looking for the 2-point conversion. He's got all the time in the world. But unfortunately, that gap that he saw was green grass, quickly became a brick wall.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, gentlemen, because I didn't see. Was it Tyler Powell?
I think you might be right. The number 1.
Yep, cool.
We might even be able to get a replay for everybody out there. Geelong, look, this is what they talked about. This is what they, I guess, have drilled in, that the fast start and getting the Crusaders back on their heels is exactly what they need to do. And as we sit just behind the Geelong bench, looking across Henry Turner Reserve, the heads are a little bit lower on the Crusaders side at the moment. It's unprecedented mistakes that have led to drive failures and then to Geelong capitalising on that score.
And the adrenaline would be absolutely pumping for Geelong. Absolutely.
Ash, how have you felt in that situation?
Oh, my goodness. Now, this is a moment where, as a quarterback, you can't get too high about this, all right? The game is not over. It's the first points of the game. You've got to keep that momentum up, though, all right? Now, this opportunity here to get 2 points, this is also... Here we go. Boom.
No. Intercepted and brought down. So that falls flat. It remains a 6-0 scoreline for the Buccaneers. The first to score very early in this second quarter here in the VICBOWL.
Well, I guess, and again, we're looking at the clock. There's only a minute gone off of the time here in the second quarter, and we were talking a minute ago about the 0-0 and what the pressure of the situation and circumstances be, and the pressure of the circumstances now well and truly back with the Crusaders, because that's unprecedented. That's not what you expect to see from a team that has taken on all before them and pretty much not been bothered. And this is what we talked about during the week with both the coaches, that a 3-week gap. Could that 3-week gap of not playing, could it hurt the Crusaders in the start of their campaign? Time will tell, I guess.
But this is unfamiliar territory for the Crusaders as well. Every game they've played this year, they have been the front-running team. They have been the leading team.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, they've got to be the hunter, not the hunted. Well, it's a different game.
And this gives Geelong a real opportunity to, Ash, and we can talk about this until the cows come home, but it gives Geelong an opportunity to really just, I guess, settle into their game and their pattern and then find a rhythm that works best for them rather than trying to keep up tempo with, the Crusaders.
All right, we're about ready for a reset. Buccaneers leading at 6-0 early in the second quarter. James Cleaver, the man to take the kick for Geelong to get this game back into action.
Some penalties being signalled there, but both offset. So a little bit going on down there after, I guess, the 2-point try. And there was also a replay on the 2-point too. So we didn't quite get the call on what was going on, but a little bit in it early.
And that's emotion.
100%. And I mean, in games like this right now, emotion is what's going to be the difference. If you can't keep a cap on that, and having been around this league for long enough to know.
Oh, so the referee was just handing out his decisions there.
It's always after the whistle you got to worry about, and that's you hate to see big plays brought back because things that happen off the ball. You hate to see the start of big drives sort of set back because of I guess things that are out of the play. But nonetheless, this is where the well-drilled teams, they keep a cap on that emotion and they're able to really capitalise on an opportunity. And Geelong capitalising in spades at the moment.
Cleaver, big kick down the field.
Sends it through the back of the end zone, and look, the Crusaders now, helmets being put on a little bit tighter, chin straps being done up just that one click more, and I've been inside a Crusaders huddle or three with that sort of circumstance and situation, and offensive coordinator Glenn Park would absolutely be demanding that this next series is nothing but perfection. But again, that pressure to now take all before you and try to sort of level that scoreboard up. Ash, what do you do in that situation?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's one thing to, get a score on you guys quick. But as you've seen, Crusaders have had lots of long, sustained drives. Look at them to keep their identity, keep playing the game they're playing, and not try and, catch up in one or two big plays.
All right, the Crusaders kick it off again.
Tyson Garnham just carving up the middle of that O-line. He absolutely found green grass and was able to put the Jets on and go. And the way that boy runs, you think he was in his mid-20s, and he's almost probably twice that. But anyway, he finds those opportunities, and I guess this is now going to be a key to success for the Crusaders. They're going to have to try to really just punch that ball through. Finding those errors is not common for this offensive unit, but now having the entire sort of depth of the field to work with, an instant first down. So it's a great start to this series.
Fantastic start. Great run by Garnham. Here we go again. Colt looks wide to his left. To no real avail.
And Aristotle Hewer was able to sort of bring that in pretty quickly, but unfortunately, not a lot of open territory beyond the yards after catch.
So the Crusaders down a touchdown in this second quarter. They'll look to try and get that back as quick as they can and level the momentum between these two teams.
Well, the temperature might be going up on the field, gentlemen, but I don't know about you, but it's definitely going a bit cooler on the sideline too.
100%.
So
there's a snap.
He's had an eternity back there.
Oh, looked inside.
And now the flags are flying, so we'll just pause intermittently to wait to see what the officials have to say.
Aristotle Hewer was the man he looked for.
An eligible player downfield, number 77 of the offence. It's a 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
There we go, another little mistake.
Go again. The penalty numbers are starting to rack up for this Crusaders unit that are usually so well drilled and so, I guess, perfect in everything they do. Seeing penalty after penalty after penalty, there might be a clipboard or two over on the opposition sideline to where we are now, being about to be fired into the ground.
The handoff. Hewer again. The man brought down. Once again, no real yardage gained for the Crusaders.
You're looking at that down marker go backwards, Ash.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel when you're in that QB position?
Now, this is the first time today I'm happy I'm not playing today. That is not a great situation to be in. You have to take a shot. You know you're passing. The defense know you're passing. Everyone here knows you're passing. So it's going to be really tough to make a quick, good decision without letting that pressure get to you. And like we saw earlier, turning a bad play into a terrible play for them. So look for them to, get a quick pass, whether it's quickly out of bounds or just past the sticks. And if not, let's hope they've got a really good punter out there and can flip the field.
So we're about 3rd and 16 in this one. So is it a long pass they're looking for, or are they looking to get a short pass and get some legs into it?
If it's me, you want to look first deep and then underneath to something that can run up. But the ball's going to have to come out quick. Bucks are most likely sending pressure right now.
And that was what I was about to say, with the Bucks now having the Crusaders well and truly on their heels, not just in the scoreboard, but also in this drive. the opportunity here for one of their defenders to scream through and absolutely make a name for himself here with about 9:15 left on the clock. It's a dangerous time to be Matty Crowell.
All right, Matty Crowell now with the ball. Looks long. Couldn't find anyone. Goes for a run himself. He's not going to get it off. He will get brought down. Maybe into around about the 8-yard, but it doesn't matter. It is going to be a kick.
That's that indecisive sort of read we talked about earlier, Ash, where he's got the opportunity and the time back in the pocket to have a quick look. Matty's always been a scrambling QB. He likes to look to get outside. He likes to run that sort of, I guess, option that includes himself.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, everything shuts down in front of him. Geelong absolutely taking it up to the Crusaders here, and this is smash mouth football at its best. This is what we were hoping to see. And I'm so happy to be standing here on this wonderful Saturday afternoon in Footscray with you gentlemen watching this happen.
So punt about to take place. There it is. Didn't get much distance in it.
The unique shape of that ball, it's going to roll just beyond the midfield line. And if you're Geelong, this is a wonderful bit of country to be setting up in. This is, this is a QB's... I guess I won't say what I was about to say, but this is a QB's dream, Ash. How would you feel taking the ball at this point in time?
Now, I'll tell you what, one thing, the way they scored was a big pass, but definitely don't get caught up trying to replicate that because, yes, you're up, but you're only up by 6. Trying to go for the home run, you could be looking at, the momentum swinging back the other way. Now, I'm not hoping that happens, but now you're in a situation where you got to take care of the ball, get your first downs, and show that you can have a sustained drive and not just rely on big plays.
How much is this now on Matthew Crowell as the leader of this offensive team, when just to settle his boys down and say, guys, do not panic. We're 6 points down. That's one touchdown. We can get that in one pass. We know we can. We've done it all year. Just think straight.
Yeah, we've seen this Crusaders team do that before, but I don't know that we've seen a defensive unit take it up to the Crusaders offense like this for a while. So this is unfamiliar territory for a lot of that Crusaders unit who are just used to rolling it out, maybe, one or two insignificant plays and then a score. So,
all right, Joel Gray's done a great job so far for the Buccaneers. Hands that off and they get a couple of yards.
And there's nothing I love more, I guess, than watching this now and you're sort of seeing that, Geelong, they are in unfamiliar territory. A lot of teams don't get that jump on the Crusaders like we've seen. So they have the opportunity to have their bag of tricks that they can now go to, and I really look forward to seeing what they can bring out because that run-first option, it's going to keep the chains moving. We're looking at a 2nd and 8 on this sort of setup that we're about to run through now, but this is exciting for football. I'm loving it. It's a Saturday afternoon. The lights are starting to come on, and the power is definitely well and truly in the hands of the Bucks right now.
Good crowd really invested in this game as well.
Huge hit at the line.
Yeah, Evan Spikers just copped an absolute shoulder to the side. They bring him down. There's feeling. There is feeling in that pack.
Well, there was 11 on 11 there, and I think 22 ended up in the middle together. So that was a monster of an absolute hit at the line of scrimmage there, but able to bounce it out, maintain possession of the ball, restrict those errors, which is like we said, errors are going to feed that fire and going to continue to sort of keep things moving. But the Bucks now are 3rd and 4 and not looking like going anywhere quick. In the most awesome of ways, might I add. That might have come out a little bit wrong, but they look like they're ready to stand here and really take it up to the Crusaders.
Will he go for Evan Spikers again? Joel Gray with the ball. Looks for a throw this time. Cleaver down the outside. One hand grab. Brought it down. James Cleaver. What a take. Flag goes down though. Flag has gone down.
If you have never been in the presence of something awesome like that, I can tell you what, I've got goosebumps watching that catch. That was absolutely phenomenal. One hand went up, one hand went out. And that ball stuck and down he came, but there's a flag on the play, so we're just going to have to wait to see.
Holding number 3 of the defence. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
And what a good penalty to decline.
Yeah.
That's the best kind of absolute. That would officially be the best catch I think I've seen in a long time.
And I'm hoping it's the best catch you see so far because James Cleaver can pull a rabbit out of a bookcase, okay? I'm telling you, he can do some crazy, amazing things, and let's hope we can see him do it again today.
Joel Gray with the ball. Goes short into Spikers again.
Just meets the Crusaders linebacker there, his body start flying around, and now some more flags are out, so we're going to have to pause just to wait to see what's happening.
What impressed me about Cleaver's catch wasn't the one-handedness, it was the actual twist in the air as well, and to still control the ball as his body was moving around 180 degrees. That was spectacular. And then have the presence of mind to land on his feet and take off again, know exactly where he was.
That's athleticism at its absolute finest. And here we go, we're about to get the...
Personal foul, chop block, number 70 and 66 of the offence. 15-yard penalty, remains first down.
Well, there we go. So chop blocking, never... Ash, let's talk about chop blocking. How do you feel about chop blocking?
If you can get away with it, it's the best block in the world. However, we do have really good refs here, and, that's a penalty that you can do without. It's a penalty you can do without. And as you see, does that cancel out that big play from Cleaver and push you guys back, or can you bounce back from it?
Well, I guess the adrenaline's still going from that catch, so they won't be able to take that away with the penalty flag. But the momentum of the drive, looking at that clock now, it's sort of sitting on the 6-minute 22 left here in second quarter action. But Geelong just looking to get that run game back going. The Crusaders creating a pile and nothing's going to get through.
No.
Bit of a dust bowl in the middle of Henry Turner at the moment. But field's still looking in good nick, considering this is the fourth game of the day down here. So there's been times where this field has looked less than great, but today not one of them. And
you expect that the middle's going to be a bit worn. That's where most of the play happens.
Yeah, and that one spot where they are right now, that notoriously, no matter what time of year, no matter what fertiliser or groundskeeper team come down here, that's the one spot that just stays the way it is. So,
all right, they've gained some yardage. 2nd and 17 now for the Bucks.
What are you going to do here, Ash? You're the man in the pocket. A 2nd and 17.
I tell you what, I would really love to see is a screen, a running back screen. That's something that, it's second and long. You don't have to go for it all right now, but you do need some positive yards.
Gray with the ball, looks wide. Spike is out there on his left, just couldn't take it. Ball hits the ground.
That was one of those moments in time where it felt like he had a ton of time back there, and all of a sudden the Crusaders, just breaking through that line and putting all that pressure on. Making that pass, I guess, is never going to be the most regimental of plays, but pressure again.
He had an open green field in front of him too that he was going to run into, and you've taken it.
It looked like he was about to take off to run there.
Yeah.
I thought, here we go, he's about to open it up, but went to the outside pass, and look, just that wind, I'm not sure if it's picking up on our ground mics, but definitely coming from the Crusaders sideline into the Buccaneers sideline now.
3rd and 17.
Gets the Crusaders
She was
jumping.
early starts there.
So again, those unprecedented errors that we've really grown to never see the Crusaders make. It has just become the tale of this first half of them. They are just continually giving the Bucks the opportunity to just take those free yards from just I guess
Offside, number 90 of the defence. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
3rd and 12 now instead of 3rd and 17. Just makes it that little bit easier, doesn't it?
Now, quarterback extraordinaire, Mr. Ash. What are we going to do in this situation?
Call
your shot.
If it's me, I'm looking for that big boy number 8 again.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a shot. He's someone that can go up and make something spectacular happen. So
he's right in front of us, so we'll see how he goes as we await the snap to Joel Gray, and then he'll make his decision. There it is. Gray with the ball. Looks left, not right. Oh, intercept and
True.
turnover.
Well, as good as one catch was on one sideline, we've got it going back the other way for 6. And as long as there's no flags down on the play, that's the response that the Crusaders have been looking for.
There you go. Just took one play. That was the play.
A great awareness play from the defender right there. And just like I said, one play, now the 6-6. If these guys get points now, we've gone from Crusaders' heads being down to them being back in the driving seat, back in the position that they've been used to all season long. And, have Bucks got enough left in the tank, or are their heads going to go down?
Well, there's only 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this, so there's still an eternity left of football here before half-time. And looking at that, like we said, that momentum swing, you've got penalties and you've got penalties going the other way. A pick six, bit of magic there from the Crusaders defence, and all of a sudden, we're back to level playing fields again.
So we're running the ball, running it wide. And the ball came loose.
Not a big kicking league here, Gridiron Victoria. Not a lot of teams lining up for that extra point. Most of them going for the 2. And look, looking at that now, that 6-all scoreline, Schibeci and Ash. How are we going to get through the next 4.5 minutes of football?
I'm saying, Ash, if you told the Buccaneers before the start of the game they're 6-all at half time, they're taking that.
You know what? 9 times out of 10, everyone would say that. But I tell you what, if you told them that they had a chance.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep.
And you look at that then and you think, look, we were sort of sitting here saying there's a lot of errors and a lot of issues that are sort of, defaulting the Crusader drives. And all of a sudden it's not the offense getting the job done. It's the defense stepping up and saying, look, boys, while you sort yourselves out, let us do what we do. And the Crusaders defense have been respected around the league for a long time for having that ability to put points on the board as much as their offensive brothers.
Cleaver with the ball deep in his half.
He's got a world of time to work out what he wants to do, and he's got those feet going really well. He put a few Crusaders on ice there, and
dancing on a dime, wasn't he?
He made them look like they were driving on the wrong side of the road. But wow, again, this is why I love VICBOWL Saturday, because you get to the point of the game where you go, did we think we were going to be 6-all heading into the the magic 4 minutes before halftime? Probably not. Did we think that we'd see one of probably the best catches I reckon I've seen, let alone live right in front of us? Absolutely not. But this is what the big games bring. They bring out those big moments in the players that have been waiting all year to get here, and now it's the Bucks' time to really put their heel in the ground and say, look, we're not just here to take part. We're here to take over.
All right. 4 minutes to go for the Bucks to try and regain the lead in this second quarter. They won't do it off that piece of play. Once again, Evan Spiker's the man who got brought down, and that bear device is looking very good.
There's nothing better than that, Ash. That's that feeling of the ice touching your body after you've been absolutely tenderised is probably the nicest way of putting it. Now we know how those ribeyes feel when they meet the hammer.
.4:13 on the clock. Gray with the ball to his left. Oh,
great ball, great receiver QB combo, but Crusaders defense running downhill just shut that down instantly. So Ash, you're in the situation now. You've got 4 minutes left in this. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? You've been in the trench against both of these clubs. What's Ash going to do right now?
Well, good thing right now you're in 3rd and 5, all right? So the play only needs to make 5 yards right now. You do not need to go through it all, but you do need to have a positive play here. I'm going for an inside zone, probably some kind of RPO, and get a quick hitch on the backside of that. That's what I would do.
All right, let's see what they do. As we await the snap. Oh,
flags are flying. We'll wait for the
offside call, will it be?
I think it might be, yeah.
Offside, number 96 of the defence. It's a 5-yard penalty, resulting in a first down.
Well, like we said, the errors are just, as great as those short play passes are, Ash, and as great as those little outside runs are that get you those yards, the Crusaders are letting the flags fly and do the job for them, unfortunately. So it's unprecedented, this many errors in one half so far. How do you fix that, Ash?
Well, I'll tell you what, as simple as it is, you've got to tell the D-line not to listen to any of the cadence. Keep the eyes on the ball. Keep it simple. We can freeze, we can say all we want in the cadence, but if you don't move into that ball moves, you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Timeout called by the Crusaders, and that's probably exactly what they're saying.
Yeah.
Coaches called him in and just to say, boys, let's just settle down here.
And it's those nerves, I guess, of knowing the clock's not really on your side now. You've got that, well, now we've really crossed over because what are we looking at? We're back to the 1st and 10. So, it's a fresh set of downs for the Bucks. They've definitely got time to do what they need to do, and we saw what that long ball of theirs can do so quickly. There's 3 minutes 25 to go, so still an eternity of football to play before the halftime break. But, these penalties, look, it'd be interesting to get some stats, I guess, from just the opposition coaches if they've got that and they're listening to us. I think yardage-wise at the moment, we'd have to be 60 yards plus already for the Crusaders on the penalty side of things, and that's never going to equate to a nice halftime speech when it comes to the coaches.
All right, 1st and 10 again after a offside penalty from the Crusaders. Spikers takes it off his quarterback in Joel Gray and gets brought down straight away, so no real gain for the Bucks off that play.
We're looking at he actually didn't get back to the line of scrimmage there, so he's now sitting on probably looks like about a 2nd and 14.
They actually lost a bit there, didn't they?
A little bit. Well, that's that response, I guess, that the Crusaders will be looking for. Get that D-line back under control. Let those linebackers come screaming through to sort of close that gap. And if there's any opportunity for an outside run, do not let them find the green grass. And right on cue, the wind at Henry Turner Reserve has returned.
Oh, let's see what happens here.
So he's back to pass for this one. He's looking for one up the middle, right into
the
where
hands.
Ash loves that country in there. Doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be long. It just have to get there. And
he may have got the first down too. That's going to be very close.
Looking at the way everybody's lining up, we're just waiting for a signal from the middle of the field.
They double team Cleaver there as well, didn't they? They had 2 men on him. Still had the presence of mind and the ability to take the catch.
Well, he must be short by about a yard there, but that looked from where the official was standing on our sideline, it looked like he was about to signal for the first down. So
it'll be 2nd and inches or 3rd and inches. This one, that was not much into it at all.
And the clock now becomes a bit of an issue. 1:52, the clock counting down before halftime here, and finally a timeout is called. So the Bucks really here, nothing to lose with a 3rd and not a lot. And then when you look at the patch of dirt between them and where the Holy Land is, all it takes is one shot, Ash.
That's it. And now, as a coach, you're in a situation where you've caught Crusaders on a false start a bunch of times now. Do you go with the freeze and get them to jump? Or with 3rd and inches, do you want to go with a sneak? You definitely want to keep the ball on the ground. We got to get those yards. So whether you want to catch them offside or get a good push, this is the time where, you draw up your best play to get, let's say, a yard, and you run with it.
And you'd really love to see Geelong try to hard count the crew out here and really just get them jumping, because they know within themselves one more penalty and, then they're really in trouble. So
let's see what happens here. 3rd and not much.
We've got the best view in the house right down the centre of the 2 lines here.
Throws to the left, does Gray. Finds a yard, they find it okay.
It's dancing, and that's a first down of the week. A first down, every day of the week and twice on Sundays. The Bucks they are absolutely rolling, and now on the right side of half to really take that shot. Time the only factor with 1:33 and counting down. Quickly back to the line.
Tyler Powell, the touchdown scorer for Geelong, grabbing that last ball. Gray goes back, long throw.
And
Turnover.
done the opposite of what we thought that might happen. The Crusaders have swarmed on that. And that, Ash, did that ball look like it just hung for a split second there, longer than what it should have, or?
It is, you don't want to blame the wind, but as a quarterback, you can always blame the wind when it's an interception. And if
you've done that before, Ash.
And always the wind, always the wind. That is tough. That is tough. Good thing though, they took a lot of time off the clock. Defense has rested, Now they just got to lock in for a minute 16 and stop Crusaders from getting points right now.
Right now, Ash, we're going to play the fantasy game again. You're now QB extraordinaire, Matty Kroll in the backfield. What's your play with 1:16 to go?
Right now, if it's me, I'm going play action. I'm taking a big old shot right now.
Yeah, that would be the go. He's not, though. He hands it off to Tyson Garnon, who grabs a few yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 or thereabouts, I would think.
Straight back to the line here with the Crusaders. They've got this well drilled and they know what to do when the clock's running against them.
I reckon they run the same play pretty much here. Yep, there it is. No.
It's a QB keep. Matty Kroll finding some open grass in front of him too.
There we go. We've got about 50 seconds left. Whole playbook's open.
And again, Crew well drilled to get him back to the line. Bucks having to respond now pretty quickly.
What did we just see then?
Yeah, there was a little bit going on in front of us, but wasn't able to see because unfortunately we've got a sea of Buccaneers in front of us. But
the coach for the Crusaders just came onto the ground.
That probably would have been Coach Park on that opposite sideline to where we are. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. The ball was picked up and all of a sudden it wasn't in action and live play. So Matty Kroll back, looking for an option. Has an eternity back there. Has 3 reads. And
out of bounds.
Well, it'll be the best result for him. Still get the first down, though. 39 on the clock. Plenty of time.
You've got about 3 or 4 good cracks at this. I know we haven't seen a kicker kick any field goals yet, but Crusaders, you have to get some sort of points out of this drive right now.
Where's the mentality of you going into the halftime break with a lead? Is that a massive advantage for you?
Yeah, look, psychologically, I think you're going to definitely want to have the scoreboard in your favour going into that break. It probably makes those coaches' speeches a little bit easier too. But some conjecture on both sidelines. I think the officials might be just about to give us an update of what's going on, maybe. Well, I can definitely hear Coach Wilson from the opposition sideline, and that's even into the wind. No information forthcoming, so it is business as usual.
Nothing to see here.
Now we've got a timeout called, so the Buccaneers calling a timeout there. Maybe it was the Crusaders. I didn't actually see the signal, but
no, same.
It's just an unfortunate location. We've got. I
would say the Buccaneers have, though, because they're the ones that have grouped. Sorry, I should say the Crusaders are the ones that have grouped up. Buccaneers just standing around wondering what to do in this situation.
Well, just across from us too on the opposite sideline, Coach Wilson having a very honest conversation with, as we said, 31 seconds to go. There are lots of wide arms and questions, I think, being asked between officials and coaches, but that's okay. I guess it's not just the players under pressure; it's the coaches as well. They've worked hard all year to get their boys and teams up to where they are, and today's the day where they can shine brightest. And look, like we said, with 30 odd seconds left, it just takes one shot.
Yep.
Ash, what are you going to do here? If you're in that backfield, what are you going to do? What are you going to draw up with that stop clock on the line?
I tell you what, one of these next 3 plays, this could be a chance for one of your special trick plays. Break it out. What have you got to lose?
You can hear the Geelong players firing up their defence, making sure that they do it right. Kroll with the throw. It goes too long.
No Crusaders in that vicinity of that ball, but maybe a sider. Maybe he was just having a look at what that wind down here at Henry Turner was going to offer him in this next couple of plays on the drive. But look, I guess, I don't know, it gets loud, then it gets real quiet real fast. So
6 seconds taken off the clock. We're down to 25 left in this first half of VICBOWL 39. Crusaders with the ball. Second chance, 2nd and 10. Kroll with the throw, finds a man inside.
DJ Battistella Jr. looking to get outside and try to find that corner any way he can or get out of bounds, which he ends up. And that is probably, Ash, as good as a play draw up as you could get.
You know, great play by the receiver, finding that soft space, all right? Having the wherewithal to get extra yards and to get out of bounds. So now you've still got 24 seconds left. Again, whole playbook's back open because it's first down.
Well, that decision to also try to get out of bounds there plays into their favour because the clock becomes now a factor they don't have to worry about. Looks like there's about 24 seconds left, so more than enough time for a few shots here.
You bet. First and goal for the Crusaders.
That fake to the running back, and Matty Crow tries to find his way through.
He's got a spike. He's got a spike, or he's got to go.
Straight back into it for the Crusaders now. What does Krull do this time? Looks for the throw. Out wide.
There
Catch. Touchdown.
TJ Banastella Jr. just goes up and says, ladies and gentlemen, it's VICBOWL Day, and there's one thing I love, and that is to absolutely take these catches. And, wow, talk about a... well, let's have a look. I can't quite see the clock, but
Talk us through it, Ash.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, just
That
opened
is
right
great.
up, didn't it?
Catch, put the ball where only the receiver can get it.
It was another one of those plays where we spoke about before where the quarterback knew exactly where his bloke was going to be. He wasn't there at the start, but he knew he was going to end up there.
Well, that's that QB receiver combo of time in the tank together. Hands going up all over the place. The Crusaders have punched it in for 2 on the extra points as well. So, look, talk about the swing of the pendulum and the momentum, because 26 seconds ago it was a 6-6, and all of a sudden the Crew break out to a 14-6 lead.
And they're just showing that, you know, Crusaders, despite the penalties, despite how they've started, they do deserve to be here, and they are still the team to beat. And Geelong, you know, are they going to let momentum control them, or can they put a good drive out once the second half starts and, you know, take this game back over?
Well, and that's that presence, I guess, and awareness of QBs like Matty Crowell, who have been around doing this for a long time and hooking up with those key receivers that he's been working with and repping with for a very long time. You go back to what works, and if you know where each other are going to be at that point in time, it makes the job a lot easier.
4 seconds on the clock. This should be the last play of the half. The Crusaders going into it with a 14-6
So he's gone for the
lead.
squib kick there. It's gone low and come off of a
defender's foot and then dribbled away.
That's Crusaders' ball.
Well, that extended length of a whistle means only one thing, gentlemen. It is half-time.
Boy, oh boy, 14-6. The Crusaders up against the Bucks. A quick assessment of that first half, gentlemen, before we have a quick break.
Look, great football. Great football. I think I said that in one of my previews this week for one of the NFL Australian bases on YouTube, that I was hoping for a good game. I wanted to see a tight, tough game. I think my prayers and my hopes and my wishes have been answered. That is as good as a first half of football in a VICBOWL I've seen in a long time. It had everything. It had great catches. It had great defense. It had offensive mistakes, which it'd be interesting to go over and have an ear on the edge of that Crusaders chat at halftime, because I think the tail of the tape from Coach Wilson and Park and co are going to be, we need to limit these errors and we need to stop that. But Ash, what about yourself?
You know, like we said, it's been a great showing of just how good football can be down here in Victoria and in Australia. This is one of the first games I've been at down here that I'm not a part of, so being able to see both sides. I'm partial to offense. I'm always rooting for offense, but you know, both teams have shown what their identity is. They've shown they can both take shots, and the one difference between the two teams is Crusaders have shown they can have a sustained drive, and Bucks haven't quite shown that. You know, we've seen glimpses, we've seen some, you know, more razzle-dazzle and big plays, but what's going to win it for them is having a great long drive, controlling the ball, controlling the clock, and just capitalizing on the mistakes that Crusaders have made up to this point.
Go fire up the kettle, folks. Make a cup of tea. We'll be back in around about 10 minutes' time with the second half of this game. It is the Crusaders up against the Bucks, 14-6. The Crusaders up by 8 points.
I'll try to only eat during quarter breaks. Okay, all good.
And welcome back to the second half of this VICBOWL 39, about to come your way here live from Henry Turner Reserve in Maribyrnong. Tony Schibeci with you, Matt Ireland and Ash Bailey as well. Gentlemen, we saw a fantastic first half of American football. Is the second half going to be just as good?
I hope so, Ash. I really do. And I think Ash is now starting to get those nerves and jealous feelings associated back with being on the sideline. But lots of shout-outs coming to us from all over the world too via social media. Just a few that we saw in the halftime break. So thank you to everyone who's joining us wherever you might be. Stand by, because we've got 2 quarters of football to go as the Bucks send it deep to kick off the second half here from Henry Turner Reserve. And there's a recovery on Well, there you go.
Gee whiz.
We thought this game might not be able to give us much more of what we haven't seen before.
Xavier Kieran with the run.
And he's picked that up. He's picked that up 25 yards from where it was kicked. Crusaders just, I think they might be still at half-time.
And that's one of those ones where, you know, this is the time to make those decisions.
Oh, and Dennis Ballestilla Jr. just, I think he might have thought it was about to run out of bounds and it just stopped.
They've just set themselves up for a great opportunity to get back on the scoreboard, shock the Crusaders again, and show they're here to play. They are definitely here to play.
No doubting that. So, first use of the ball goes to the Bucks.
Deep in the red zone. And now, Ash, this is where QB extraordinaires like yourself, this is your playground, I'm assuming.
Oh, for sure. Good,
Gray
good.
sets it up. Nice work.
There's some flags down, and it looks like there's going to be a holding call here against the offense. So as good as that start was, errors the tail of the tape for the Crusaders.
One of the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Now, to be honest, because of the field positioning, this isn't that bad of a penalty to have. You've shown that you're willing to, take some shots and surprise the defense. You're still in scoring distance. Definitely have to follow up this with a good, productive play.
So the Bucks deep in thought about how they're going to run this play. Spikers there for the ball if he needs him. Joel Gray takes it. Decides to go wide. Spikers through the
There it
middle.
is.
Little lob to him. Found him.
Whoa. And the Crusaders defender found him. Holy, if you get a chance to see a replay of that. Look, it's that, like we said, it's a 1st and 20 in that situation. So you're going to want to get that down marker sort of moving back closer to that original, back of that play line.
Which
But
is where they're at now, I think. I think it's around about 1st and 10.
if he's not on it, he's probably a yard behind it. But wow,
Here's the replay. Bang.
that's a... did anyone get the number of that bus kind of play I used to call that? That's the one that gives your ears that ring when you wake up after being out for a night. But now the Bucks looking to just, back that up again and really give it an...
we got a false
and
start.
Here we go. And now this pressure. The pressure we saw on the Crusaders early in that first quarter, and, that really littered that whole first half of them, of just those errors. Now the Bucks a little bit jumpy and a little bit unaware, I guess, of their own call there. But, Ash, what does that do to you as a QB? When you see that happen, what's your gut feeling on that one?
It is frustrating because it almost feels like you're taking 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. You're still on 2nd down, but if those offensive plays count, now you're in 1st and goal, and now look at us, we're back at 2nd and 35.
There it is, out to Boyd. He had the first run in the first play. Gets through 2, 3. Couldn't get through 4, 5 and 6.
Don't let him near a dance floor. I tell you what, the way he just cut an absolute rug running up the middle of Crusader Park there, or Henry turned to reserve. Look, that just gets that down marker back to where, look, now he's looking at it's going to be a 3rd and about 9. And more tangible at 3rd and 9 than was at probably 3rd and 20. So
they're running a good rotation here. They're rotating Boyd and Spikers in that running back position every second play.
yeah, it's a really good read, Tone. And when you're sort of looking at that formation now, he's got that back lined up exactly where he wants him to try to find that punch to hand off. Or does he look, tries to count the crew out, back to pass, hands going up everywhere. The pass is completed.
Yep.
He stayed on his feet. And he's absolutely been mowed like a lawn as he tried to get
Matthew
back up.
Lawrence, the man who took the catch there.
What a
Great
catch
job.
that was. Now, I'm not sure as far as the...
It's got to be within
spot
1
of
or
the
2,
ball.
doesn't
It
it?
has to be close.
Looks like he's short. You definitely have to go for it here.
This is a go for it situation. This could be one of those VICBOWL defining moments where, a 4th and short, doesn't need to be anything big and silly. It just needs to be something that beats that line
Just
of
a nice
scrimmage.
little simple handoff to Spikers, is it?
Could be a QB sneak. You could give Cleaver a shot. There's a lot of plays you could do here.
Cleaver's just giving the thumbs up to the sideline like he understands the play. So keep your eye out on him. No. Did they get it? I don't believe they did.
The Crusaders are celebrating like they stopped it. I'm watching the official on the opposition sideline and they're signalling it is a turnover on downs.
Yeah.
The Crew standing strong. Look, that's one of those defining plays. 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes gone out of the quarter. The Bucks have driven their best shot, and they've unfortunately, again, we talk about it in the first half. It's those penalties that they fault those drives and they really halt them their momentum. And I can remember the Crusaders legend Peter Steve absolutely losing his mind at penalties, many a moon VICBOWL ago. But shout out to you, Pete Steve. We love you, and anytime you're around, come and say hi. But look, they're the sort of penalties that kill a drive, and now the Crusaders take over well backed up against their own end zone.
Matty Crowell lays it off. Crusaders running the ball again.
Tyson Garnham doing Tyson Garnham things there, and he just finds a way to get outside, and then he takes that defender on one-on-one. And look, as I said to you earlier, he's not a 20-year-old. He still moves like he's a 20-year-old, and I think he might have a hyperbaric chamber in one of those Batman caves where he goes and does lots of recovery after a game to keep himself moving like that. But the Crusaders, look, they're now looking to sort of, keep that momentum going that we saw at the end of the first half.
2nd and 3 for the Crusaders. Low throw. Krull gets it, goes out wide, and there's the first down.
And what a lot of people won't see on that is that the man who we called on the play before, Tyson Garnham, he set up the block. So if we get a chance to see a replay of that, we'll be able to see it. But that enabled Dennis Ballestilla Jr., the best name in football to say, DJ, it gave him the opportunity to really take that ball cleanly and then look to turn upfield and go. And all of a sudden the chains are on the move, and here come the Crusaders.
1st and 10. Kroll hands it off. Garnham runs through left, right, dancing around, tiptoes through. Finally gets brought down, and it'll be second and around about 7, I'd reckon.
And again, Ash, when we look at that motion of play, we talk about the big fancy balls that go outside. We talk about the glitterati wide receivers. I'm married to one of them, and she's a fantastic. She can catch anything out, down and wide. But I tell you what, those little short plays like that, they keep the drive alive. They keep the chains, sort of where they are. But now you're looking at that down marker. It's a 2nd and 5. The Crusaders have got that wealth of information. They can go back to have a look at that playbook of theirs and drill something up.
And that's the thing. Ideally, you want about 3 or 4 yards per play on average. And you keep doing that, you're going to consistently get first downs.
Oh, Kroll with the throw out to his left, and the ball hits the ground, but that is incomplete.
Matty Kroll just waving to Tyson Garnham there to say, look, I'm sorry about that one. It might have just been that wind that Ash likes to talk about. But when
I had a throw about at halftime. Hey, the wind is real. The wind is real. But these boys are in much better playing condition than I am right now.
What he didn't say is the wind is real, but he was cutting through the wind beautifully. I was watching. They look good, Ash.
I appreciate it. But here we go. 3rd and 5.
Crucial play this one for the Crusaders. What does Matty Kroll do? Goes long with the throw, finds it too.
Batterstella Jr. just has an absolute picnic out there waiting, and he takes that ball and says, thanks very much. That's a first down. This combination, we've seen this over many a moon here at Crusaders, and look, Dennis Batterstella Jr., by all accounts, he loves nothing more than this day. He really I think he marks his day off in his calendar every year, and he preps himself and he gets himself absolutely polished to march out here and do what he does. We've seen him take games like this on his back before, and so far in the second half, he's definitely come to play.
1st and 10, 30 out from their touchdown area. Handoff to Garnham. Gets brought down. Did get a couple of yards.
Well, Ash, I guess you've got a playbook that spans not just the GV league, but also leagues all over the world. You played through Europe, and you've got some exciting news. I think you're off to play Arena soon as well.
I am indeed. As of February, I should be heading out to Texas to play for the Amarillo Dusters Indoor Football League there.
So there you go, GV fam. Get behind Ash and keep an eye on him and where he goes. But Ash, in this situation now, you've got a 2nd and 9, and you flip the field now, and you're on your offensive half. What are you going to do here?
Well, I mean, if this works, I'll say we're going to do that. There we go. Nice completions. What is the defense giving you? Take that. You'd rather have a 3rd and short than a 3rd and long. And here we are, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, about that.
Very, very manageable. They can run the ball. They've been getting about 3-4 yards a pop on their runs. As you can see, they can pass the ball. So also watch for Kroll to keep it himself. This is a situation where
he's that scrambling QB specialist. But the other thing we haven't considered is the clock itself. 5 minutes 35 left in third quarter action here. So the crew have just got this clock running beautifully.
He doesn't hold it himself. He hands it off. And I'm not sure if they actually got the first down. I reckon they might just be a fraction short.
Looking at the official on the Crusaders sideline, she's signalling first down. There you go.
There you go, just got it.
So Bliss loves the official on the Crusaders sideline right there, and really great with their signals. We can see exactly what's happening and where the ball's going to be spotted. But look, that's just been back-to-back first downs there for the crew, and all of a sudden you're looking at this Geelong team. They're now well and truly backed up in that red zone for the crew. And Ash,
back-to-back first downs though, you need to get something out of it. You can't just keep getting them and get nothing at the end.
That's right. And Ash has been in this situation, and we'll just wait for this play to unfold.
Kroll gets it off again to Garnham. He gets the run down the left side and gets brought down out of bounds.
Great tackle there by the Buccaneers, and really just, we said it earlier, sidelines don't miss tackles. So Garnham on that outside run, it's been as, GV football with that run has been like peas and carrots. They just go together, and the crew now really just trying to make, I guess, this stand, like you said, Schibeci. They can do all these wonderful things, but getting that first down and with not getting a score is not an option now, Ash.
One of the main things, though, that works in their favour is they've been out on the field for a very long time. You see a couple of guys on Geelong's D-line. Now they're, dragging in breaths. It's tiring to stay on the field on defence. So as much as, taking these small paper cuts.
Oh, bad snap. Went straight past Kyle, and he had to recover and jump on the ball. They will end up losing around about 10 to 15 yards, I reckon, from that.
I think you might be right there with the 15 side of it, Schibeci. And wherever Pete Stevie's in the world, I think he might have just sent a clipboard to hell, because that... we saw a VICBOWL many moons ago down in Morwell decided by that exact thing. It was the 2016 VICBOWL, it was the Rangers and it was the Warriors. The Warriors were a much more fancy team. It was a high snap deep into their defensive end, ended up as a safety, and that was just enough for the Rangers to get it done on the day. And that was one of those VICBOWLs where you had to see it to believe it happened. And look, like we said, errors are they're apparent in the game, and we sort of see that week in, week out. But the big day brings out the best of us, and sometimes, like in that snap there, you'd be looking at that centre QB combo, wishing they could probably get that one back.
And that's why it's so important that whenever the defense gives you an opportunity, that you capitalize on it, because everyone's going to make mistakes. You just got to capitalize when they do, and hope you can minimize the damage when it happens to you. So hopefully, as I'm going for Crusaders right now, they're on offense. Hopefully they can keep this ball moving. Third and long, third and forever, but still manageable. Let's see what they do.
3rd and 25 or thereabouts. Give or take an inch or two. Do we go long? Do they just try and get some yardage for a kick? Kyle runs back. It is going to go long. There's a throw. Has he found anyone? It's a turnover. It is a turnover to the Bucks. They run it down the left-hand side. Through 1, through 2 tackles. He continues to go. Through 3, 4, and gets brought down to the end. What a fantastic play for the Bucks. That'll get them back into the game.
Great call, Schibeci, and that there is what we talked about with that momentum swing. Crew just moving the chains. Time after time. Getting those first downs, and now walking off the field with the defense having to do a lot now to make this, to make this stop for what was almost looking like a certain 6. So it's a chain of events there. That high snap sends Matty Crowell back. He ends up at the midfield. All of a sudden, the options aren't as good as what they were. That ball just seemed to hang forever there. And Tyson Garner, his hands were ready. You saw him sort of sitting underneath it. And the Geelong defender just came screaming through and said, "Thank you very much, and let's dance." So, Schibeci, the one thing we didn't check out after the half-time, you did say that you'd give us an update on who your prediction was going to be.
Yeah, no, I'm sticking with the Bucks.
Sticking with the Bucks?
Sticking with the Bucks.
And I think right now, Ash and I are a little bit nervous because the Bucks are here to play.
We had dinner on this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think SEN was paying, and so back to pass.
Great, nice throw.
Turns himself inside out.
To Cleaver?
That is Cleaver.
Yeah, it is.
And it's at that point of the game where if you're the Bucks quarterback, just give him a chance. Force feed it to him. Every time you've gone his way, he's made something happen. And on the interceptions, it's been when you've gone the other way. You know, like there's a time in the place for just saying, my guy's better than yours. Here you go, defend this. And, hopefully we see another spectacular catch.
Hey, if the Geelong boys were flat, that lifts them up, doesn't it? That turnover. That gets them up and going. And with only 2.5 minutes or thereabouts in this third quarter to go, they need something to go their way. Let's see if they can make it happen here. The snap to Gray again. Looked for Cleaver. Didn't get the run down though. Over the top. And we've got another turnover.
The Crusaders have done exactly what the Bucks just did to them. That ball just seemed to float and hang. And if we get a chance at a replay, you'll see there the Bucks receiver just looked like whether he just got underneath it or not, I'm not sure, but it just looked like that ball hung ever so slightly in the air. Just enough time for the Crusaders to... Yeah, there it is there. So you could see there was that split second, and unfortunately, the Bucks' big play gets negated because the Crew have now given their own big play. And look, this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see a tight, tough game. But the other thing to bear in mind, and you might not be able to pick it up at home on the telecast, but to the right of your screen, the sun is sitting just probably, it's probably right over the top of those goalposts in that end zone. So Just waiting on the official. Not quite sure what that signal was, Ash. I didn't catch that. So sorry about that. The point I was trying to make was that sun's just sitting right over the top of those goalposts. So when you're defending into the fourth quarter and you've got that in the sky, that's definitely going to make anything that's up in the air not work in the favour of the defenders. So weather being a factor down here, mistakes being a factor down here, the clock's now going to be a factor down here. I can't wait for this last 14 minutes of football.
Oh, 100%. 100% if we go into this last quarter with this scoreline, or if something changes and goes the Bucks' way, it is going to be an absolute cracker. If the Crusaders get one here, though, you just feel it might just be a bit too much.
Well, the law of averages works, and I always look at it and say, right, well, the score being 14-6 now, the Crew punch in another one, even if it goes to 20-6, the Bucks are going to have to score twice as many points in one quarter of football than what they've scored in three.
The whole game,
so
correct.
The war of attrition of time is going to take a lot on these bodies, and like Ash just said so expertly before that, Bucks defence have been out there for a while. Lots of big breaths being taken in by those linemen, but still looking hungry nonetheless.
Matty Krull looks for his options. He's got one out left. And over the line.
Good play. Great play. And look, for all of the posturing that we love to sort of see and talk about here, both teams playing in the absolute spirit of the game today. And, there's not a lot of the chip and the chirp going on. It's just good, hard, honest football. And the Crusaders, look, they've been in this position a lot. You can now see those shadows on the ground on the telecast. So that's that sun that we were talking about. That sun is just starting to break through the clouds here. So the weathermen got it right today. They said that between 6 and 6:30 it'd be clear skies and sunny. Well, we're getting that.
Nice throw.
Battistella Jr. just takes that.
Yeah.
He took that and just decided, oh, that's enough. I'm not going to try to turn upfield and go. We're going to have a second and real short. But the Crew now, as I said, we watched it in that first series just after the start of the second half and punching those first downs, punching and punching and punching, going for that one big shot, going to flip the game again. So I think Coach Park and Coach Wilson would definitely be having a chat with the Crew that are coming on and off on interchange, but hoping for a different result on this drive.
Second and about 2 here for the Crusaders. Handoff goes.
Nice.
There's the first down and some for the Crusaders as the clock ticks down to just on 45 seconds remaining.
Well, the shortest distance between two spots is a straight line, and that was a great example of that because no point turning outside and trying to get to the sideline. He just absolutely opened up the middle there. The Crusaders front were doing an absolutely stellar job to give him that opportunity, and that was 15 yards after the line of scrimmage. So
here they go again. Crusaders desperate to get another one on the board before the 3-quarter break. Can they do it this time around? As the handoff to Austin Hewitt, who got the run, comes to an end with about 4 yards to go. 2nd and 4.
And that inside zone spinner play, we've seen it pop up a bunch in college football. We've seen it pop up in the NFL. Great plays work, These coaches here, they watch film, they get ideas, and as you can see, they execute. It's not a trick play if you put it into your playbook and can rep it. And we've seen them do it 4 or 5 times now to great effect. And it's a tough play to start because you have to, prepare for the inside going one way and the outside going the other way. It's tough to start, but until the Bucks figure it out, Crusaders are going to keep running it.
Ash, Matt, 3-quarter time. Crusaders up by 8. 1 quarter to go. It's going to be a fantastic final quarter of American football. You talk about that sun breaking through, Matt, and I think the team that's going to be disadvantaged by it is the Bucks because they're going to be taking the throws, coming to them, looking into the sun.
Yeah, look, the Crusaders, this is their home deck. And they're down here most Wednesday nights and, there's lots of independent Crusaders who come down here other nights as well. And the one thing they know is where the sun's going to be at what point in time. And look, you can see the ground now is absolutely bathed in sunlight. And, I'm getting a right arm tan, like a driver's tan, standing in the tent. So the one thing I look at is, we've got the blink of an eye, the 3rd quarter's gone. that is now in the books and done and dusted. Sure, the scoreboard hasn't changed a lot, but I think the momentum swing that we thought we were going to get, we kind of got a little bit of it, and then it got taken away. And now the Crusaders, I think it's really on them they have to score on this drive.
Yeah.
They have to I guess get that feeling of completion from this backwards and forwards dance that we've been going through. And that wind is also starting to become a factor too. So Ash, as a QB, you did say that you went out and had a throw at half time. Starting to get a little bit gusty and a little bit puffy, and as I've said that, the wind's disappeared. But what's your take on the fourth quarter from the QB stack?
It's one of those where if you're throwing the ball, you got to put some mustard on it. You can't let that ball hang up. We've seen the last couple of interceptions, the ball's hanging up in the air. You got to put your one speed, you got to put your fastball, you got to put everything on it. If you miss, that's fine, but we can't, let the wind take the ball. And that's the thing where, Crew's got a great arm, let's see him use it.
Well, no tomorrow for both teams, regardless of what happens in the next 12 minutes, because we will see a winner crowned after 12 minutes of football, and the Crew just decide, let's get that clock moving.
Joshua Long went 3 yards forward and 4 yards back.
Yeah, couple of helmets coming off too there, so no backward steps being taken. And look, that's fourth quarter football. That's these two teams have loved each other and known each other for a long time, and there's been some great battles, and I think, from talking to both sides of them, they respect the hell out of each other. So it's a matter now of, the scoreline from earlier in the season, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. And, the Bucks team that's out here today, they might be wearing, similar uniforms and numbers, but wow, they are definitely here to play.
Yep, they're wearing the uniform they've never lost in, the new white Guernsey. Let's see if that holds today. Nice throw there from Krull out to his left.
And Ash, that's that short special that we talk about. He's just that down marker now. It's gone from 1 to 3, but that's better. It's gone back to 2. That's a 4-yard out. And look, 2 more of them, and we're back in first down territory. So
that's it. And as you see, you've got to be decisive. You've just got to put it on him. Make the players make the plays. And that's what he did there. Yardsticks moving, and they're a lot closer to a first down now.
Crowell's got 2 deep on the right here, so this is going to be something big, and it's an absolute fake to the inside handoff. I knew they were going to do that as soon as you look at it.
Joshua Long, the man again, who gets the ball off his quarterback.
More importantly, first down Crusaders. So you're looking at that now, and you're well and truly deep inside that red zone. You're giving them the opportunity now to go to those plays that we talked about, Ash, where we said they've all got those trick plays in their playbook, the ones they rep on Wednesday night when no one's here to watch. What are you going to do in this situation?
After how successful that run play is, I'm going to keep the ball on the ground.
Yep.
Keep pushing the ball until they can stop you, and you get in 4 or 5 yards a pop. It's hard to stop someone when you're tired and they keep running at you. And maybe it's a pass here, but I'll keep it on the ground.
Well, Tripp's right, man, goes back in motion. The handoff, he goes straight back to where you said, Ash. He's gone back to that. Now, look, the Bucks have adjusted. They've been able to basically stop that one just on the line of scrimmage. But there's still a danger here with Tripp's right and one single receiver sitting out to the left. So
there's an old saying in sport, while you've got the ball, the other team doesn't.
Yeah.
Is that the play here? You try and run the clock down as much as you can, but just keep moving it slowly forward. If you get 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock, it's a massive bonus.
That's it, 'cause if you imagine, the more time Crusaders leave on the clock, the more time the Bucks have to go and get some scores back. So you run that clock down, make them have to rush.
Krull holds the ball himself, goes wide to a completed pass.
Keep going.
Brought down to the end.
Well, and again, I'm looking at that far sideline and looking where the official is. I'm pretty sure,
that's the first down.
That looks like that's... Oh, no, they're going to call it short. Okay.
Geez, okay.
I apologise. I thought they might have been in front of the yards marker there, but it's a 3rd and very short now. And look, the Crew, like you said, Tone, they're really working that clock. They're keeping those play completions, staying in bounds, managing that clock, and that puts more pressure not only on the Bucks defence out there now, but also the Bucks offence to come out and answer if they are able to capitalise.
Maybe this time.
That's definitely the first down.
Got it that time. So 1st and goal, it would seem, for the Crusaders. Let's see how long they take to run this play. We're down to 9 minutes on the clock.
It's quite an interesting one there, and if we could get a replay of that, that's been a timeout to the Crusaders there. But if you have a look at that there, you know, Tyson Garnham looked like he actually went to slide there. He didn't look like he went to punch that all the way through. So whether that was a directive to not potentially put 6 up straight away with 9:06 left to go here in fourth quarter action, maybe it was the Henry Turner turf monster, which all of us who have played down here
it is,
have bared witness to.
Garnham. Yeah, you're right. Did you go down?
Yeah, no.
An attempted tackle first on him, and then he just,
And whether it was a balance or whether it was a designated, not drop, I don't want to say that, but he definitely, we've seen him get hit harder and go further. So, but it's also the fourth quarter, and like we said, that man sleeps in a cryogenic chamber with every therapy known to man around him for the hits he takes. So
we're down to 9 minutes now on the clock. First and goal for the Crusaders. A score here is going to make it very, very tough for the Bucks. But they still have the will and they still have the want, the Bucks. They will fight hard right to the end, no doubt. As we await the snap, there it is, Kroll.
the fake handoff reverse, there it is, Battistella Jr. He's gone south on the run. The Bucks have picked that one up. And Ash, as a QB with that, you see the green grass and you go, my job is done. But all of a sudden you see Battistella Jr. heading south instead of north, and the crew now are a long way away from that end zone.
And I tell you what, it's something you definitely don't want to see, but again, it's second and goal. Maybe this gives you more room to pass. You know, maybe you want a little bit more room, take a nice bigger shot. But again, yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see when you do get so close to the end zone.
All right, standing by. Second and goal. Kroll gets it off to Garnham, runs through, gets brought down, still a couple of yards short.
Well, knowing Coach Park and knowing that he's a lover of all things Coach Saban from the college football world of Alabama, there's that fateful play from all those years ago in that national championship where Tua Tagovailoa went the wrong way at a great break of knots, gets sacked, opens up the field, sends the pass down, and well, if you're a Georgia fan that day, you definitely felt some pain. But that's a really good read from a QB, and that's why I love having experts like you here, because that does give Matty Crowell more option to run. To look for the pass. He gives it off to Tyson Garnham, and he says, "Wait a second, let me run it." So again, the crew just doing what crew do, and we're looking at about.
Kroll takes the ball himself. Will it be a sack? Will he get brought down? He throws it away.
That's a fumble.
And a turnover. Oh, boy. Game changes again, folks.
The Henry Turner turf monsters just saved the Crusaders there, because
Xavier Kieran stumbled. If he had have got the right footing, he was off.
And if we get a chance to see that on replay, you might finally get a capture of the turf monster down here at Henry Turner, because he was gone for all money. Matty Crowell looking to throw it away, and Dean to fumble, and you can hear the Crusaders coaching staff there definitely letting everyone know what they thought and felt about that. But as we can just see that replay, you know, the ball pops out. That's Dean to fumble. He's picked up. There's that turf monster. He's right on the 30. I think I might have got a look at him. But,
he was going straight past us at a rate of knots if he got his footing.
I don't think anyone at Flemington, Schibeci, would have caught him if he was in the Melbourne Cup either. He was gone for all money.
All right, Bucks, a chance again.
Flags are flying in the backfield, so it'll be potentially
Probably formation.
Steve Boyd back in that running back position. No, wrong way. Cameras here, thank you. Ref.
Offside defence. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
There you go.
There you go. So the Crusaders again, just those just ticky touch errors and those continual issues with those yards just giving away for free, and now you're looking at a replay of first down, but half the distance to make it. So
what does Joel Gray do here? He's got his short man there, Boyd, that he can hand off to. He does. Boyd now gets the run through the middle. Oh, gee whiz, he was a centimetre off. actually getting through then.
Yeah, you saw the rumble steps there as he tried to work out which way to go, left or right, and you could see his actual process of thought there as it progressed, and he went, let's go straight. And I think one step, Schibeci, you were right, he was going to be burning down past us at a breakneck speed.
100%. Boyd off, and Spike is back on, the little nimble fella.
So 6:46 and counting down to the full-time siren here at Henry Turner Reserve. And
Gray with the ball, sets it up, looking for something
world.
down. There's the big throw, and we got a catch. No, we don't. We had Tyler Powell running as hard as he could. It just floated over his head. One of those cases where the ball didn't stop in the air that time. It kept going.
There's no wind on that one, Ash, so...
That's it. And I tell you what, maybe he's just putting more mustard on it. But as you see, this is the time to take shots. He has the arm for it. We've only got about 40 yards air time for him to make a pass.
For
but
an absolute eternity back there in that pocket. It felt like time stood still and everything just unfolded in front of him. He had no pressure from the penetrating Crusaders defenders.
2nd and 10 for the Bucks. Whistles.
There's a flag down in the very deep backfield. There's a timeout. Right, okay.
I've seen all these boys getting quick.
Well, and
Got a lot to say.
Ash, you've been in these huddles more than most of us have been, and with 6:32, you've got the ball in hand. What's the coaching crew going to be saying here from the Bucks, and what are they going to be expecting their QB and receiver corps to be able to get up to?
Well, the good thing about this is there's enough time that they do not have to score on this drive. They don't have to go for it all. But you do want to advance the ball. You know, you've got time to play with. Get that first down, get a little bit closer, take a breath, and then take your shots then. We're trying to go for it all now on one big play. It's hit and miss. And maybe it works out and it's a great moment. But, as we've seen, if we give the Crusaders the ball back, they can and will drive the ball and run the clock down. And, you definitely want to get them in a situation where they have to move the ball fast.
Well, looking at that Geelong offensive unit just sprinting back to the line there, they've got power and belief behind them, and
they're keen.
I'd be expecting to see something big here on 2nd and 10.
We've got 6 left.
There's the snap. Gray to Spikers. Does he get through?
Got to get it gone.
Gray held the ball. Good throw. Oh my goodness, I think it's loose. I don't think it was held. Loose into the touchdown area, but that was so close.
And apologies
JP
to everybody.
Kieran with the run. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Apologies to everybody at home. We absolutely held our breath there and then went up as a unison with everybody who's around us, and there's players down. And
James Cleaver too, I think, was there. Yeah, I think it came out of James Cleaver's hands in the end.
Out and he couldn't have gotten any closer to that if he tried, and it's just a shame that he wasn't able to bring that in because he deserved to absolutely take that.
And those are the plays that we've seen Cleaver make time and time again. But that's unfortunate. He is someone that is going to put his, he's going to put everything out there as you just saw. But now,
mouthful of dirt too.
He's off the field. Who do you turn to? Is it Kieran? Do you run the ball? You got to get that first down.
Well, it's a 3rd and 10, so it's a dangerous place to be if you're the men in white.
Tyler Powell on the move. He got the run.
There we go.
Cross. Nice throw. And a good catch.
That's the result they were looking for. That's a first down for the Geelong Buccaneers, and that's one of those catches that you look at and you go, if that doesn't come off, that's now either punt or you've got to go with 6:17 to go. So
well done to Matthew Lawrence. Good catch.
Yeah, great catch there, right in front of our central commentary position here at Henry Turner Reserve. And look, this Bucks team are up and about. There's 6 minutes to go and counting down. That clock's just finding its way into the 5s now. And look, it's...
you can feel the energy, can't you?
You can feel
it right in front of us.
You can feel it is right in front of us.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Bucks. What can they do out of this one? Gray goes back, looking for something down the line. He's got it. Running is Lawrence. It goes over his head. Flag in, though. Flag has been thrown in.
We're going to be looking at PI here. This is going to absolutely put the Crusaders right back on their heels.
Now, Joe Gray did the exact right thing to do. You see it could be a potential penalty. You've got to throw that ball to make it look like it's in a good attempt.
The other thing on the replay there, if we get a chance to have a look at it, is there definitely was both the receiver and defender going out of bounds and then coming back in. So I'm not sure whether the official's seen something. There was a bit of a block on our view, but it definitely looked to me like there was something going on there between the corner and the receiver.
Here we go.
Pass interference, number 3 of the defence. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down, Buccaneers.
Right to the spot of the foul.
Yeah, what a huge play. It's one of those.
It's a conversion, isn't it, basically?
Basically, you've just given them another quarter of the field again for free. Now they've got 4 shots at it to tie this one up.
Well, folks, this is going right to the wire. Seriously, if you've got a disco to go to, just wait.
Cancel your Ubers.
Yeah, Joel Gray with the throw, looking for Cleaver. It was knocked out of his hand. They'll get another go at it, 2nd and 10.
5:38 to go here, Ash, and this is where I guess the experience of units like, we've said that this Bucks team have been galvanised over the years that have been together. With a couple of years ago, they weren't actually even a team. So this is where their belief in their structure and their belief in what they sort of have been working on is paying dividends. But what's their QB thinking here, Ash?
I feel like he's thinking to get it all in one go, and as much as you've got the weapons to do that, you've got to get a first down. You don't have to score yet. There's still 5 minutes of game time. Let's see if we can convert here.
Gray looking to throw. Goes his
There you
own,
go.
runs down the middle. Will he get the first down himself? I think he will. He jumps over the defender and gets the first down. And that is a damn good play.
The reaction on the sidelines down here, Schibeci and Ash. And look, we're right there with him because that was as good as it gets. He took all of the time back in the pocket, poised, looked, read 1, read 2. You know what, I'm going to do it myself. And off he went.
And the jump is deliberate. He knows just even that extra yard or 2, I'm not going to go down. Let me try and get it.
That's some PlayStation, right there, Ash.
That's it. And despite his number, this is a quarterback, and he's quarterback in this team to have a great chance to do the impossible and go for the upset.
All right, there it is. Off to Spikers, through the middle. Spikers, does he get the touchdown? He does!
Ladies and gentlemen,
He does!
it is absolutely on here at Henry Turner Reserve. The Bucks have punched it in. This is as good as you're going to see for Victorian football. There's an even bigger crowd sort of starting to amalgamate behind us. I think there's some party goers making their way between parts of Maribyrnong and Flemington, but that was fantastic. Ash, give us the absolute replay on that one.
Great play. They've been throwing, and they catch them off guard with the run. Now, they do have to go for 2.
This is
so important.
Yeah.
They go for 2, the game's level. All right? This isn't to take the lead. This is to level the game right now. This is super important.
Let's see what happens here. Gray with the ball. Gets it out wide. Good pass 2. Found his 23 there. And they get the 2. Steve Boyd with the run. Steve Boyd levels it up. The Bucks and the Crusaders tied up at 14 apiece.
It may as well be nil all, Schibeci. It doesn't count for anything now with 5 minutes to go here in football action coming to you from Henry Turner Reserve. It's Saturday afternoon. It doesn't matter where in the world you are. This is the game. This is the game we wanted. This is the game I called in my preview. I said I wanted to see. You can hear everybody around us getting around it too, Ash. Tell me what you're thinking.
This is amazing football right here. And as you see, they just put together a long drive. They just took a lot of time off the clock, and they punched it in. That's what they needed to do this whole time, and now they've shown that they can do it. Now, this drive on the defense, you get them to have a quick 3 and out, force them into a mistake. This is the game right now.
Yeah. Looking at that backfield for the Crusaders, you couldn't have 2 more, stalwarts of their team here waiting back to receive this kick. But what a game.
Yep, strap yourself in for extra time, possibly, folks. We're calling this one till midnight, I reckon. Cleaver with the kick. Beautiful,
He's
long
sent that
kick.
one over the Maribyrnong. That one's gone through the uprights almost on the full. Unfortunately, there's no extra points for style on those kicks, but wow, way to set a message. If body language was a key component to any part of sport, which we all know it is, this Geelong team in front of us right now, they are up and about. There is a vibe on this sideline. You look at that Crusaders sideline across the other side of the field from where we are.
Uncharted waters for them.
This is not a place they've been.
It's uncharted for both teams.
True.
This Bucks team, they've lived and they've died by the momentum, but this pendulum keeps on swinging and they keep living by this momentum. And, this is something that, can they get a stop here? Can they show why they deserve to be here? Let's hope so.
All right. Crusaders now get a chance to do something with 5 minutes on the clock. Short handoff to Garden. He gets brought down.
Well, also for the Crusaders, a change in personnel there. Matty Kroll not in at QB on that play.
Well spotted.
I'm going to spot that as the number 12 for the Crusaders, and the heir apparent to the Kroll throne.
Isaac Woodhouse.
Isaac Woodhouse, a name that will definitely be echoed around Henry Turner Reserve for the years to come. Having a chat with Coach Park, he is the heir apparent to the crown, and he's definitely, no better time to put your resume on the line than 4 minutes 39 to go on a VICBOWL where it's 14-all. So,
if ever you wanted to make a statement, this is it, isn't it?
And what a time to come in and, as a Coach Parky to make this decision. You've got a young lad here who you believe in. You've got 4 minutes left. He shows you a different look. Let's see what he can get done.
It's a gutsy call, isn't it?
Look, Glenn
Unless
Park,
Crowell's got a bit of an injury or something.
well,
you have
I
no
didn't say,
choice.
I'm just surveying the sideline on the other side there, and I'm just trying to see if I can see Matty Crowell anywhere over there, and I think I can see him sort of off to the back. But what a time for a new Crusader to try to find his blood.
All right, here it goes. Woodhouse with the ball. What can he do with it this time? Nice pass, good throw.
Great receiver connection there too, and looking straight to get out of bounds. Move those chains. It's a first down. 4:25 to go. 14-all.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What a way to make it first pass. If he had any nerves, that would definitely do a lot to settle it. And by the looks of it, he's got nerves of steel. This boy looks like he's coming into this game to go and win this game for the Crusaders. And that's what you love to see from young talent, especially at the quarterback position.
1st and 10. Crusaders looking to retake the lead. 4 minutes on the clock. 14-all at the moment. Woodhouse with the handoff.
The Bucks just able to shuttle that run down straight away. Just getting some penetration beyond the line of scrimmage there, and not a lot. Probably a 3 yard. Maybe 4. Maybe 4. We'll call that 4.
Wasn't 10 though. That's what they need.
Definitely not. But now, Ash, you've been in this situation before at QB. There's 3:36 and running on the clock. You've got the ball in your hand. Are you going to play to win, or are you going to play for overtime?
I'm playing to win, but I also want to have the last possession of the game.
Yeah, good point.
There's a fine line between rushing and being patient. We need points, but we do not want to, risk it too much.
Listen to those Bucks players get behind their defence. Woodhouse, nice throw, gets the first down.
Crusaders just doing Crusader things. They've just found that way through the middle of the field. Those short passes, Ash, that we talked about all the way through this commentary call today. They're paying dividends because now the clock's moving, the chains are moving, and the Crusaders still have the ball.
Unfortunately for us, the Bucks are moving as well, so we can actually see what's happening.
That's great. Now it's like Moses parting the Red Sea. We can actually see a live play again. We've been watching the screens for the last few downs,
But that atmosphere, that excitement from these boys.
You can feel it.
Oh,
you can feel it. And you're looking out on this right-hand side. You've got Batistella Jr. and you've got Tyson Garnham.
And you've got Isaac Woodhouse. Takes the ball.
And
Came into the game early.
Pumping it. Just pumping it up the middle of
Joshua
Crusader
Long.
Park. Ash, there's nothing better than that connection between a QB and a running back. When you feel that ball hit your gut and you basically blow right through, you've pulled your arm out of the way and he's going to go and do the rest.
It's honestly one of the best plays to have as a quarterback, to hand the ball off and let the big boys up front do the work, and the running back to just follow those lanes.
And it's the faith that Joel Gray had in his number 23 in Steve Boyd to be able to hand the ball off to him. He's had a real presence in this second half, Boyd. Woodhouse goes wide to the right. He's got a runner. who's brought down
And
Colorado
I'm already looking
Dominguez.
at that far sideline, and I can see they're already moving the chains before it was signalled. He just got past there, and this is, again, possession football with 1:54 on the clock and running. The Crusaders, they're just continuing that march. But let's not also take anything away from the Bucks here, because they're standing strong. They're not giving up the yards after the carry. They're able to basically let the Crusaders, take the play to where they need to and then stopping it. But that clock is 1:36 and counting down here, and that wind just decided to wake up again here in West Footscray.
Both teams need something that starts with a T. One being a turnover, one being a touchdown. Who gets it? Woodhouse with the long throw. He's got a man loose, and it's a touchdown that wins it.
Joking me.
Now that...
We have to see that again.
Wowee.
I'm just surveying the field to make sure there's no flags down. There's a couple of Crusaders taking knees, but...
Isaac stood in there, he waited, took a big hit. And for a young kid, that's one of the best plays I've seen a quarterback do in a bunch of years. To come into this game, to not even have an incompletion and just drive down the field.
What an absolute...
Rowan
after
Higgins.
throw after throw.
Rowan Higgins, the man that took the catch.
Well, he was last year's VICBOWL MVP. He put on an absolute clinic out here against the Predators, and today not to be saying he's been unsighted, but hasn't really been a focal part of the Crusaders offense, and now the Crew lining up to try to extend this lead.
And he stopped.
There we go.
So that's something for the Bucks.
You take the wins where you can get them, Schibeci, and that's a win. You've kept them out. So it's 20-14. Now the Bucks have got 1 minute 22 to work out exactly what they want to do. And I mean, it's going to have to end with a T, like you said, Schibeci. It's going to have to end with a touchdown for them. But at 20-14, this is definitely where everybody, if they were getting paid, would be getting paid the money.
That's it. And, a guy like Rowan Higgins, I'm not sure if you guys know, we're from the same area back home in England.
Okay, yeah.
So seeing a guy come out here, one, to play in this league, to play in a game like this, a situation like this, and to just not blink. And, as you said, he's been quiet most of the game, but you need to have guys that when you look to them, they make plays. And that's what Crusaders have in abundance. It's not just one player. They've had a change of quarterback, and it doesn't matter who it is, there's an expectation with the Crusaders that you put on that jersey, whether it's red, whether it's grey, you come out here and you win VICBOWLs, and they're doing just enough right now to prove why.
Higgins and Cleaver, the two boys down at the back. Cleaver takes it and starts the run. Where can he get the Bucks to off this play? Stops, props, turns, goes the other way. Through one tackle, gets brought down in the second.
Well, I think he's going to be sort of setting up camp there around the defensive 15-yard mark, and look, they've got it all to do now. 1 minute and 12 to go, and let's not take anything away from either side, but the Crusaders go in and blood a new QB with 5 minutes to go on the clock in the fourth quarter of a tied game. That takes a special breed of person to do that, and Glenn Park is that a special person indeed. So, look, and now their fortune is in their own hands, and it's nothing better than, like you said, Ash, you'd rather have the ball in your hands with a chance to do it. We've seen the likes of Pat Mahomes do it for the pros for a long time. Having that last shot means you get to dictate your own end.
Joel Gray, the man now that is going to try and win this for the Bucks. Gets the throw off. Who's down there? No one. Incomplete. Nearly a turnover.
There's a flag down just in front of us here, Schibeci.
Holding maybe.
I think that might be some pass interference. We just have to wait and see.
I'll tell you, one of the great things about being on the Bucks team right now is they've shown that they can make things happen in an instant. So, hope is nowhere near gone. They've got 6 points to go and get.
Pass interference on the defence, number 33. The 15-yard penalty. The result of that enforcement is first down Buccaneers.
So there you go. That pass interference happened just in front of our commentary position, and it was there. There's no two arguments about it. It was definitely a defender not honouring the code of what they're supposed to not do, but the ball is live and back in play, and here we go with the Bucks.
1:06 on the clock. What can Joel Gray do this time? Looks to set it up again. He's going to go for a run himself. Nothing out there for him. Now he gets it off. And ball off fingers. Hit the ground.
And unfortunately, Crusaders will know one thing: if you can catch, you don't play defence. But they just slipped straight through the hands there, and luckily for the Bucks, didn't stick, because otherwise, I think that would have been definitely well and truly over with about 58 seconds left in regulation time.
Ash, do you try and just get some yards and get a bit closer here, or do you have to go for it?
You got 58 seconds. You know what? You want to go for a play and you want some run after the catch. You've got to go for broke right now. This is the game.
Let's see if Joel Gray does exactly that. He has tried that in his first 2 attempts. Here's his third. Long pass. That is a huge pass.
He's connected.
And he found Cleaver. Was it out there?
That was James Cleaver.
Yeah.
That's the man you want to go to.
And got out of bounds.
Time and time again. Look for number 8. It's going to pay you well. And now look, they went out of bounds. 50 seconds left on the clock. They've got a really good chance of doing something crazy here, but they've got to go for it. They have to go for it.
And he's flipped the field on that pass there. He's basically taken it from well inside the defensive territory to basically now just
35 out.
Yeah, he's 35 out. So we can see we've seen him throw a big ball, so we know he's got the arm to do it.
Tell you what, these guys are going to go absolutely spared if he scores a touchdown.
Well, and remembering one thing, the Crusaders didn't convert the 2 points, so if they get there and
correct.
they get the 2, that's not overtime. That is game
gone.
over. He's
Joel
almost been
Gray
caught.
nearly got caught. Goes for the long throw. Oh!
There's a flag flying on the outer
There
side.
is
There's
too.
flags everywhere.
And the Crusaders can't believe it, so it's against them. We know that.
So stand by, those of you watching around Australia or wherever you're tuning in. This is going to go right down to the end because there's 2 flags on the ground. There's definitely going to be PI. That's going to give the Bucks about 42 seconds, and I'm going to call it about 3 yards of territory to be able to get there. So,
To be fair to the Crusaders, there is no way to man-to-man play against James Cleaver. You're going to have to hold him or he's going to catch it, and it's tough, but the other
Pass
alternative...
interference, number 3 of the defence. Be a 15-yard penalty. The result of that enforcement is first down Buccaneers.
The first so 20 yards out now.
You're going to have to
Bucks.
live with that penalty because if not, he will take it the distance.
42 seconds on the clock. It is all here for the Bucks.
42 seconds is a lifetime.
it's a lifetime
100%.
in football.
100%.
This is where, I mean, look, and we've talked about the errors and we've talked about the penalties that the Crusaders have been, guilty of throughout the game. Like you said, you either got to hold him or you've got to try to get the ball yourself. And right there, probably giving up the 15 yards. There's whistles going off. There's a timeout being signalled. That gives us a chance to catch our breath, gentlemen. Let's talk about the last 42 seconds of football we've got in front of us.
So do they... the first thing the Bucks have to do is play to draw. They've got to get the touchdown to draw. That's the first. Can't worry about winning with 42 seconds to go. They have to get the touchdown to draw. 6
is the goal, and 6 is going to be definitely what they're on for. If they get the 6, they've got the opportunity at 2, and that's going to be one of those tales of the tape where you can go back and you can look at the missed 2-point conversion in the first half and the missed 2-point conversion here in the second half. So
this is what I'm going to pull you up right now. Okay, we know we don't have fantastic kickers in this competition.
Yeah.
James Cleaver is the kicker for the Bucks. If they get the touchdown, do you just go for the kick and the safety of the point and win it off that? Or do you still try to get the 2?
Well, wherever Luke Dyte is...
Because the point is you win by a point, you win.
If Luke Dyte's out there anywhere, he might be getting ready to limber up some hips and take a kick for the opposition team. But look, stranger things have happened here, and I'm keen for this next 42 seconds to unfold.
All right, let's see how it goes. Joel Gray will get the ball in his hands in just a sec. What is he going to do with it? It was a low snap. He recovered. Puts it up nicely over the top.
That's okay. About 4 seconds come off the clock. You've got 3 more chances to take a pop at this. What you want here is a completion and out of bounds, a touchdown, or just an incompletion. You can't let the clock run out.
And the good thing was they went for James Kieran that time. They didn't go for the obvious guy in Cleaver.
And when you're looking at where that pass went on the replay, if you get a chance to see it, you'll see there's 3 Crusaders just buzzing around like flies right in that spot.
Yeah.
So fortunate that it did go incomplete, but the last thing you want to do right now is throw a pick.
All right, here we go again. Tyler Powell out wide on the right-hand side. Keep an eye out for him. Gray with the ball in his hand. He's going to run himself. No, he's not. He's going to throw. Oh, ball brought down. Incomplete.
He took the shot. And you called it yourself, Schibeci there. He looked like he was going to run.
Yeah.
And then at the last minute, before the line of scrimmage, pulled up, and we can just see it here on the replay. Just shot puts that.
I reckon he could have gone himself and got.
There's a lot of green grass between where he was and where the end zone line was. So that look, Ash, you've been in that situation. It's a brave call to either do one or the other, and I
like how decisive he is, knowing that if he runs and gets tackled, the clock keeps ticking. So save himself some time here. 3rd and 10. Let's see where he goes.
Let's see where he goes. Joel Gray about to get the ball in his hand. He does now. Hands it off to Spikers. Runs through the middle.
Timeout.
Ash making the hand signals here from the commentary box.
Someone's going to call it. 20 seconds to go on the clock. Do we have a timeout?
There's some definite pointing going on out here.
We've got coaches on the field. There must be a timeout, surely.
Well, the coaches are allowed to go as far as the numbers, Schibeci, so I think sometimes they tread the light fantastic when it comes to getting just on the edge of those numbers. But look, it's like you said, we're looking at that clock that's now being blocked. We can't actually see the exactors. It's 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
20 seconds, okay, so 20 seconds. It's still an eternity, Ash.
This is the game. 4th down.
4th down, about 4 to go.
You must convert. If you don't see your first read, run and get that first down.
Whistle's going crazy at this point in time.
And I think there's another timeout now with the Bucks. Everybody, just take a breath.
Ooh,
Hold on to whatever you've got. What a day we've had. We've had some great football here at Henry Turner Reserve, as we said earlier, from 9 o'clock all the way through to now, and it's a 20 past 7. So it's almost been 12 hours of football here, and
that's it.
And I don't think this game's over yet by any stretch of the imagination. But congratulations to all the other teams who have rolled out today and turned up. Look, it's a great day, the VICBOWL, and you see the best of a lot of the clubs being represented here. Congratulations to the Vikings for saluting during the Division 2 game, the Rangers during the under-18s, and in the preview to this game, the Crusaders getting over the Bucks. So lots of silverware going to different clubs all around Victoria.
I'm going to ask you again. It's 4th and 4.
Yep.
Do you just try to get the 4 and then play on your last chance?
You've got 20 seconds. You either got to get that first and get out of bounds, or you just go for it. I'm looking to keep Cleaver single side.
Yeah.
If there's one guy over him, live and die, put that ball up for him.
I'm looking to see Gray go back, look at his options. If they're covered, go for the running.
He has to go.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, I don't think they've got any timeouts left, so if they don't get it, they're going to have to get up to the line quick and spike the ball to stop the clock.
20 seconds on the clock. It's all here for the Bucks. There's the snap. Gray with it now. Looks downfield. Through the middle. Oh, incomplete. The ball out of the hand of Jacob Kieran.
He had it
that is
until he didn't. He had it until he didn't.
Yeah.
And that
is it.
What a game. What a position to be in. 14 seconds left in the game.
We'll just get a good look at that. He dropped back to pass. He had all the time in the world, and he had it until he didn't. Oh.
Wow.
Your heart goes out. Now, we've seen some crazy things here in football. We've all been a part of a lot around the time. There's 14 seconds to go. Anything could still happen, and from what we've seen today already in the first 3 and 3/4 quarters, we might be in with one more twist.
Yeah, you're not shaking hands at this point, that's for sure. But boy, oh boy, opportunity gone for the Bucks, unfortunately.
Again, Crusaders bending, and not breaking. That drive took a lot out of me. I don't know about you guys at home.
Yeah,
that took a lot. They drove the whole field.
Well, Matt Crowell back in at QB extraordinaire for the almost said and done. Takes a knee. The clock will run. There's hugs. There's handshakes. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 VICBOWL 39 champion Western Crusaders for an unprecedented 7 in a row.
Absolutely amazing. The Bucks took it right up to the last 14 seconds. But unfortunately, they walk away heads down. But a fantastic effort. They should be so proud of the effort that they put in today, knowing that it sets them up and their club up perfectly for another tilt next year.
That's it. And then again, think about the Crusaders. They continue to put a stamp on Victorian football. They are the best team down here. They are the team to beat. And this year, no one could beat them.
No, and looking, you take nothing away from this Bucks unit. Like I said at the top of the call, this team didn't exist 2 years ago. They still had a juniors program that they were still putting a lot of time and effort into, and that juniors program today rolling out in their under 15s. Obviously, we won't talk about the under 18s, but they do have strength across those junior bloodlines. And you're looking at a lot of the faces around here. There's not a lot of old men rolling out here for Geelong at the moment. They did talk about bringing back a lot of their, sort of senior guys to galvanise this young group. They've taken the crew all the way to the edge and they've pushed them every step of the way. And to walk away with a 20-14 victory for the Crusaders, I know the scoreboard doesn't go their way, but you have to look at the positives for that if you're a Geelong Bucks fan.
You certainly do. The Geelong players, they're flat. And they have every right to be. What a performance from them to take it right up to this champion team. The Crusaders, happy boys. And they have every right to be as well. They've played a great game of American football here today. And at the end of the day, they were able to hold on.
Well, like we said at the top of the call as well, it was an 82-2 start since they lost their last VICBOWL. So make that 83-2. This team has not only etched their name into Victorian football, into Australian football with the gridiron ranks, and so many guys that you look across that line of Crusaders that, is this their last round? Is this their last dance? Talks with a couple of the coaches before the game, that the heir apparent, we got to see him in action tonight in that fourth quarter, and it's his score on that board right now that was the difference. It was his option in that play that, that really set up that winning drive for the Crusaders, and whether Matt Crowell decides to ride off to greener pastures and retire so he doesn't have to get flipped upside down anymore, time will tell. But also, I guess the rest of the league might look at this game and say, you know what, 20-14, this Crusaders team, are they the all-beating team they once were? Well, for this year, they are the champions. There's no two ways about that. But when you're then looking at the opportunities for what the rest of the league has to, sort of, I guess, represent and be a part of moving forward, Ash, I'm not sure if you're returning to our shores next year with the Rangers or not, but...
Well, the plan is to be back here next year without the headset on. Whether I'm back with the Rangers boys, shout out them, I know everyone's watching down there. This is a game that, shout out to Isaac Woodhouse. For him to come in, 4 minutes left, game's all in the balance, just come out, bang, 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 no incompletions. Drive down the field, get the game-winning touchdown, and then on the back end, the Crusaders' defense to, bend, but not let them pop that last touchdown in. It just shows, one, how much this team and this ethos, and, there's a thing, you still got to beat the Crusaders. They are the best team here, and, if their young players are coming up, how many more? 1, 2, 5, who knows? But
yeah, and there's talks out of Crusaders, in talking to the inner sanctum, that they might be looking at blooding a couple of extra 15 teams next year, maybe another 18s team. So, they've already got a Division 1 and Division 2 program down here, and you can see the depth of grey still flooding across the Henry Turner Reserve. They do go deep, but I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from the Bucks, and I think someone behind us at the start of the call might have been questioning our ability to call this game both ways, but we're both fans of football, and Ash, you wear green, and I'm a long retired person from the world of the Crusaders, but we want to see a good game of football, and I don't think, as Schibeci makes his way back over, he's got the man himself, Matty Crowell, with us, and Matty Crowell's just going to join us on commentary. Matty,
afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you.
Congratulations, man.
Oh, I wish I could say I played well, but
look, Matty, let's talk about the game as a whole. An unprecedented amount of errors early on from the Crusaders, but the ability to rally and bring that back together. Let's talk about how did that sort of start?
I think we yeah, look, early on, very, very glitchy. I think...
the cameras are big.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, very glitchy at the start. Honestly, just every time I got to the sideline, just regroup, get going again. Myself included, a couple of mental errors by myself, but boys came together really well on the sideline, encouraged each other, and got back on track.
So let's talk about that fourth quarter drive.
Yes.
You know, we're watching the monitors closely, and unbeknownst to Schibeci and to Ash, I actually called and I said, Matt Crowell's not in the backfield. We have the new heir apparent in. So
Isaac Woodhouse. Remember that name. He's going to be a household name, I reckon, in a few years. Unfortunately, he's not going to be with the Crew next year. He's heading overseas. He's got a scholarship over there. So heir apparent this year will be Aston Hewitt, number 8, who was out playing slot today. But super proud of the way Isaac handled it and that deep shot, picture perfect way to ice the game.
I actually saw you celebrating from the other sideline. So So let's talk about you, Matty.
Yep.
You know, how many is that now with the Crew?
5 with the Crew.
It's 5 with
the Crew. 4 at QB, 1 at receiver.
Right. What's the future look like for you, mate?
I'd like to say I can hang them up, but with all the Australian, New Zealand sort of games and the Nationals next year, I think my rubbery arm could be twisted a couple of times.
That's great to hear, because we were sort of worried whether it might have been a swan song for a few of the Crusaders, but we're happy to hear that. And what's the celebration tonight going to be like at Footscray?
Well, at least this year we've got some beers to have after it in the rooms. But we're heading to our sponsors over at the High Point Hotel. I think we're straight there after the pack up. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think that's 7 in a row for us now. But yeah, just have a few beers and
now help us. Who's your MVP for today, mate?
Oh, I think it's tough. On defense, I'd probably say Dakota. Yep. Number 41 was outstanding. That pick early in the game got us back on track, got us right up there. Offense, Aston Hewitt, 8, made all the catches, all the big blocks. So that's what we need.
Matty, go and enjoy it and celebrate. Congratulations to you and the entire club.
Man.
Well done. And I think we might be getting ready to throw over to wherever they're going to be doing some trophy celebrations. And yeah, mate, party on, because you guys deserve it. Congratulations. It's a dynasty that's not done, and I think we definitely saw today that, there's more in it. Yeah,
well, hopefully we've got a lot of young guys coming through, so now we rest up and get ready for number 8.
Congratulations, Matty.
Thank you again.
Take care, mate.
See ya.
Okay.
Well, that's probably going to be us, and I think we might be said and done, but you can hear the Crusaders just singing in the background their notorious war cry that they love to let rip on whenever they finish up. But
thanks to Matty too, because he missed out on the team song there, missed out on the team photo as well. So
they'll do it a few more times. Don't worry about it, Schibeci. But yeah, I mean, look, and it was great. Thank you for going and getting him too, because there's always nothing better than getting someone from inside the Crusaders to thank you. To give us some on-the-spot feelings about it. But Ash, we hope to see you back, and I hope to see you back on the field next year here, and we get to call you and your awesomeness. But just give us your final thoughts on today.
Man, like we said at the beginning, this game came down to 1 or 2 big plays. There's momentum, capitalizing on that, and just being like, we've got this. Crusaders have been here, they've done that. They didn't show it all times, but the times that it mattered, that's when they showed, we've been here, we know how to handle this. Don't worry about momentum, we're winning this game. And that's what it kind of came down to. But again, shout out the Geelong Buccaneers. They've put on a hell of a season, hell of a game, rolled that momentum, and like you saw, they were 1 catch away from doing the unthinkable.
Yeah, and if I had to ask your thoughts on who you thought the most valuable on the field today here, where are you going to spend your dollars?
I'm gonna give it to James Cleaver of the losing side. As you saw, every time they needed a big play, whether it was special teams, returning, kicking the ball, as a receiver, you need 2 guys on him, and he did make the difference today. Unfortunately, didn't get the job done, but that's just what, great look for this sport. Great look for Victoria, and super excited to see how Geelong, come back next season and develop with what they've got right now.
And Schibeci, what about you? What's your takeaway? It's your first VICBOWL action that you've called live here. What was your favourite part of today?
That is good American football right out there. We play a great brand of it here in Victoria. I've got no doubt about it. That had all the excitement of a great game. I know you look at the scores throughout the year and there was 48 zeros and 36 zeros and all this sort of stuff, but when it came to the game that counts, the big dance, 2 teams just went absolutely hell for leather. and gave it their absolute best shot. Left nothing. Neither player, neither team left anything on the park. And just, fantastic win by the Crusaders in the end. Disappointing for the Buccaneers, but I'm with you, Ash. That they'll grow from that. They'll learn from that. That'll give them impetus now to know we can do it. We can definitely do it. Let's just do it properly next time.
That's it. But yeah, no, definitely, take tonight, definitely celebrate the season that they've had, both teams. You'll watch the film back probably on Monday or Tuesday. You'll go back to work Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a bit sore from both sides, but we're going to head into this off season, and it's been a great 2024 Gridiron Victoria.
I know there's a big Mad Monday planned for the Geelong boys. I had a chat to a couple of them earlier. So
I've been a part of a couple of the crew ones, I can tell you. Even though, as we actually so perfectly wrapped it up there and said, all these guys are going back to school or going to work on Monday, or some of them go to work tomorrow, to be honest with you. But we look at it that, these are not, semi-professionals. We are amateurs. These are people who have families and lives outside of the wonderful game that we love and just got to witness. But Isaac Woodhouse, I tell you what, we just heard it from Matty Crowley himself. He's got a scholarship to go over to the States.
Fantastic.
That name is a name that hopefully starts becoming more commonly known here.
You put that on your highlight reel. There's a lot of people that are going to want to talk to you.
That's it. And he showed that there's talent down here, and he also showed that's the type of talent you need to go get a scholarship. He proved right there and then
and beyond
what he's all about.
Punting and running backs.
That's it.
We got a guy that can throw it out like that, and late in the game where, that could have gone either way. And it's the closest VICBOWL I've seen since 2016 in Morwell when it was the Warriors and the Rangers. But, look, gentlemen, I think we've had a great afternoon of football, and I think there's going to be some sore heads tomorrow from both sides. But to everybody out there who's watching and been a part of it, thank you so much to the people who've been messaging my back pocket while we've been live on air. Thanks a lot. Schibeci, thank you so much for coming
Matty,
down.
thank you. Ash, thank you, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Ash, your insight was beautiful. And look,
it.
if you can't be out there next year playing, you have to come back and do it again. Because
for sure.
the bloke you replaced, Clint Downing, he's over in Buffalo right now, tearing it up with a couple of boys on a tour to watch some football. And look, if Clint, you're listening, you've been replaced, mate. So, but it
happens.
But no, Schibeci, I'll toss back to you. You're the man that can wrap it all up.
Good on you, Matty. Thank you for that. What a fantastic game of football we saw here at the Henry Turner Reserve. It was VICBOWL 39, and it was victory to the Crusaders by 6 points in the end. On behalf of myself, Tony Schibeci, on behalf of Matt Ireland and Ash Bailey and everyone involved with Victorian Gridiron, we thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you again next year for VICBOWL 40.